Let's get it. Let's get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, very, very good morning or good evening, depending on which part of the world you are watching from, and welcome to day 2 of the PUBG Mobile Club Open Wildcard Spring Split 2021. That's a pretty long name right there, but my name's fortunately way more shorter. My name is Blair, and joining me, as usual, is going to be ClashBot Clash. You seem to have tied your hair up today. You seem to be ready to rumble once more.
Yes. Yesterday was kind of messy, but I'm prepared. I'm prepared to watch these, 16 teams from Group C and Group D. I'm excited.
I'm excited as well. We saw some pretty intense action taking place yesterday. We saw Group A and Group B duke it out. We saw some surprises, some disappointments as well. And we're going to be talking a little bit about what is on the line here. For those of you probably just tuning in, wondering what's going on here in PMCO Wildcard, we have 32 teams who will be duking out four groups. 8 teams per group, and we're going to be having these groups play against each other over the duration of the next 5 more days. We have 6 days of group stage, followed by the playoffs, where only 16 teams will qualify, out of which only 2 will qualify for the next regional stage, so to speak, of the PMPL. So, Clash, 2 teams out of 32, that's crazy.
That's really crazy. And, before we go there, out of these 32 teams, only 50% of the teams will be qualified for the final. So it's it's going to be really interesting to see how these teams are going to perform today, because this is all going to matter. You cannot waste any games here. Every single games counts. So looking forward to some good games.
All right, I am looking forward to it as well. And these guys are going to be playing not just for the positions, also for a pretty decent chunk of money as well. As you take a look at the prize pool, a total amount of 29,200 United States dollars on the line. First place 1,300, second place 2,300. But even if you come way to bottom, 17th to the 32nd place, you do take home a consolation prize of $300. Now, money's great and all of that, Clash, but it's more about qualifying, right?
Yeah, of course. It's all about qualifying, and also that top two, teams, they will be qualified for the next regional stage. That is something, that is something this team should be focusing on, and I hope they do.
Well, let's take a look very quickly at the point structure, how these teams are going to be battling it out. We, of course, have... It's a standard now, right? We have had a few changes recently. And first place, you get 15 points. Second place, 12. Third place, 10. And so on and so forth. That keeps going on down. If you get from below the top 7, you only get 1 point till the 12th position. At 13 to 16, you can get the big fat 0, meaning the kill points are going to be very, very crucial. And that's something we saw yesterday. We saw a couple of teams like Team APES, for example, who were very strong together, and they were farming the kills. They were getting chicken dinners, but they were also kind of the Grim Reapers of the battleground.
Yeah, they were indeed. They were, racking up good number of kills, and there was also a team, who was kind of struggling to get those points regarding those placement points and also those kill points. So I hope we will not be seeing such kind of scenario today. I hope so. Fingers crossed.
Maybe
to the teams.
Maybe we might see another team getting 2 chicken dinners. We're going to find out, but in order to do that, we first have to take a look at the teams who are going to be playing here today. Starting from Group C, it's going to be Group C and Group D. We have Reaper X, we got 10 Shade, we got GOP OG, GOP OG, I guess, 5 Power as well. Cosmonauts, Team Exodus, Astra Academy, and Team Unity. They will comprise Group C. And then taking a look very quickly at Group D, that is the final group here in the event. Any particular names, any particular teams you want to keep an eye on for here, Clash?
Actually, I've seen 3 or 5 teams play before, Cosmonaut and everything, Gotsa, Battalion 5 and all, but let's talk about Group D here, Pain Gaming and all, Victor Gaming, Way to Conqueror, Yocto E-Sports, Battalion 5. We've seen them play before. There are really good teams out there, but also there are a couple of new teams for me. So I'm looking forward to them, how they're going to play, what kind of strategy they're going to follow on to these games here. I'm pretty much excited to see new teams play in a different way.
Yeah, we did see a couple of favorites yesterday struggle quite a bit. Unfortunately, like for teams like Team Hype, for example, they played 4 games. They still were not able to crack the top 10. They still have 6 more opportunities, right? These teams are going to be playing a combined of how many games was it? 12 games, I believe, per team or something of that nature.
Yeah, that was 12 games.
Yeah, there are opportunities to come back, but it's not too many, right? So every game will matter. Every game will come down to the wire. Let's take a look at yesterday's standings. We saw it was 16 teams to duke it out, and surprisingly, at least for me personally, it was Team APES coming out on top. 2 chicken dinners, 30 kills, 64 points, closely followed by EpicGaming. Now, whether they're going to be holding on to these top 2 spots remains to be seen, because we'll be seeing Group C and Group D duking it out over the course of the day. Any teams in particular who stood out for you, apart from APES and EpicGaming having a great time and Team Hype kind of struggling?
Well, I would say Team Muslim King, despite missing one of their games, they're still there in the top 10 list, which is kind of interesting to see. I wonder how they're going to do in the rest of the games, the rest of the day here, since we still have 2 more days for these teams to play. So yeah, I think everything's going to go cool. And talking about these, this second list of the teams, VelociRaptors, they really struggled yesterday, and just 4 points at the bottom of those standings. They must not be happy about that thing.
They must not be happy at all. I'm sure a couple of these teams would be looking to kind of reverse their fortunes once they get a chance to jump into the server, hopefully tomorrow or day after. Let's take a look very quickly at the schedule of the day we have here, though. We have 4 games that's going to be played. We have Erangel, Sanhok, Miramar, Erangel again. We had a very slow start to the tournament yesterday, Clash, where it was Erangel, not a single kill for the first 15 minutes or so. Sanhok was a little bit more action-packed. Miramar was nuts. It was a bloodbath. It was battles taking place from the get-go. And to close it out, again, a pretty exciting Erangel to kind of like close the day out, where we saw, you know, a new chicken dinner champion being crowned there. Now, based on what we saw yesterday, considering, you know, we didn't know a lot about a lot of the teams who were participating yesterday, do you expect a similar trend here? Because it's going to be the first day for Group C and Group D. Do you expect them to play a little bit more passively to start things off, like we saw in Erangel, and then they start to slowly heat up into the remainder of the games?
We could see such a scenario here, but if you remember, yesterday there was one dramatic moment right after the, you know, players dropped down there. There was a moment with the vehicle and all, if you remember that. That was some crazy way to start, but passive games, it's what I expect here from these teams, since they will be playing with each other for the first time here, Group C and D. So I think they will be kind of passive, but as the game paces up, you know, they will simply be killing, you know, those points, those kill points that really matter. They're not going to leave those points behind. So I'd say they will play semi-aggressive gameplay here.
All right, so just trying to, like, you know, poke and prod and feel out how their opponents are going to be playing. I personally, like, I noticed this. Well, I noticed one thing about your take on the game, Clash, is you like teams to play the right way, or rather the right approach of PUBG Mobile, where they, you know, they're a little bit more safe in their approach. They don't take too many unnecessary risks. They're a little bit more calculated in how they approach the game, which makes sense. As a professional team, you're trying to qualify, you're trying to make it all the way to PMPL. That's the way you want to approach the game. At the same time, for me though, I like seeing a couple of wild cards, so to speak, in the server. I want to see a couple of teams who just throw caution to the winds and just try and make things very uncomfortable for the competitors.
Well, that's actually I think, you know, there's not much in a game to qualify for the finals itself, so they should be playing a little more securely. They can't simply go all out aggressive, you know, going somewhat like Pochinki, for example, 3 or 4 teams going down there directly. I don't want to see such kind of things right away.
Well, we could see that taking place. You take a look at the plane path here, ladies and gentlemen. First game of the day, first game for Group C and D. I haven't had my coffee yet, so I am feeling a little tongue-tied. We will have the plane path taking place, being shown there on the screen for all of you sitting and watching from home. It's going to be starting from Georgie and going to be ending, interestingly, towards Milta Power. Now, this is something which you don't see very often, and we usually don't see too many teams heading towards Milta Power. But Pochinki kind of being on the plane path, we have Rozok, we have School. Could be some early battles breaking out here, unless a couple of teams decide to, or rather a majority of teams decide to just kind of spread out. Because the plane path is cutting the map in half, so they can pretty much go wherever they want. Some teams can head towards Yasnaya, maybe even Severny. And if a couple of teams are feeling very adventurous, they can head all the way down towards Military Base of Novo, where we did see 3 to 4 teams kind of favor the Southern Island yesterday.
Yes, indeed. And we can also see, you know, lots of teams are just staying there on the plane. And, that's... I think this is the same circle we saw yesterday,
Similar, right?
The first match.
Yeah, except I believe...
It's kind of similar.
Yeah, yesterday's circle was shifted a little to the right, while this is a little bit more to the west. But yeah, Primorsk being in the safe zone for now. But like you pointed out, quite a few teams did stick around on the plane for quite a while, as we do have the first knock taking place. It is going to be too high from TGT, who will unfortunately hit the ground. But it's not quite done yet. He should have his teammates nearby, but... early casualty for Team VG. I believe they lost damage early on while deploying their shoots, and that's not the start you're looking for. That's got to be kind of a kick in the nether regions for a team, you know, looking to get off on the right foot. But we saw a couple of teams yesterday where they, even though they had a 3-man lineup, like for example TMK, Team Muslim King, 3 players, and they still got chicken dinner. So even if you're just, you know, even if you're a man down or 2 men down, there is always a possibility of pulling off the win. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, because we cannot simply say these teams are new or these teams are just new to the ground here, new to the game. They are experienced. They know how to play. It doesn't matter how many players they have. There is a disadvantage if you have 1 man down in your team, but I think these teams and these players then can cope out with these things. And TGT, there's some knocks coming on. As you said, I think these players are going to go a little aggressive. Look at that. The kill
early knocks.
We have that's crazy. This is Watertown. A couple of players knocked down here. And also talking about the teams and early fights, we have CE Blancos, Cosmonaut Esports. They may have 2 players down, but they should be a little careful, because that's a W2C. Look at that. They're kind of prepared, slowly trying to surround Team Cosmonaut from each and every side here in the Milta. I think Device is being revived, which is good. But W2C, look at that. He's just chasing. He's just looking for the enemy there.
WTC are hungry, and they really do want to take down these members. But somehow, Cosmonaut, they managed to get the reses right in the nick of time, because that looked very, very scuffy for me. There was a real chance Cosmonaut could be knocked on down. The problem is, considering how early it is in the game right now, I don't think most of these guys have any health kits to speak of, right? They might have a few bandages. I do see a med kit, a first aid kit being deployed early on. So yeah, things look pretty good for the time being. No energy drinks. So if you're a Cosmonaut, you probably want to get the hell out of here, right? You don't want to continue taking this fight, because you can see Device running around, bleeding out onto the ground. Azure kind of low in health as well. I'm surprised that WTC didn't go in for the kill. But hold on to that thought. We have another fight breaking out here. It's going to be God from TGT. Unfortunately, he is very, very mortal, and he will be found out and taken down by Yamin from OG.
But I guess everybody from Team TGT, they're just backing off. They lost, I guess, 2 of the players, and they don't want to lose more. So Watertown, okay, I'm just not going to stay here. I better stay alive in the game rather than, go to that, form the crate and something like that. I'm pretty much okay leaving and fighting later on in the game. That's what they may be thinking. But as we can see here in the Milta, Cosmonaut Esports, as you said, they may be thinking of backing off a little bit, because they know they have to loot. There's not much compound to their side as well. So they must be careful not to engage this early, because you can always lose one of your teammates, and that could cost you a lot.
That could indeed cost you quite a bit. In WTC, like you pointed out, they have yeeted the hell out of that spot. I won't lie, I'm a little surprised it didn't continue the fight, but like you pointed out, they don't have enough loot to work with. There's not much, and you can see most of these players not fully healed up yet, despite having quite a bit of time, meaning no energy drinks, no painkillers lying around. You're going to be just trying to ensure they have enough. And even if they get the wipe on their opponents over there onto Team Cosmonauts, they're not going to be finding much loot, right? So apart from the kill points, it's still risky. They might lose a couple of players, like you pointed out, and they're not going to have much to show for it apart from 3 or 4 kill points. So makes kind of quite a bit of sense. So after that initial little skirmish between a couple of the teams, a few casualties, we've seen 4 members fall. But apart from that, no team wipes yet, and I feel like we might now be entering a lull in the action. Things slowing down a little bit, teams trying to figure out where they want to head towards. We'd like to take a look at the map to see where some of these teams might be heading towards. I was surprised not to see too many teams towards the military island, but there we go. Reapers there. The Reapers made their home over towards military base. We have 2A towards Novo, Unity all the way towards Primorsk. We have B5 towards Ferry Pier, and the teams you pointed out earlier who stuck around on the plane for quite a long time. They've looted up towards Milta Power. We saw the WTC, and it was Team Cosmonauts towards Milta there. And they still have a bit of time to work with, and they should slowly be gravitating towards the farm area. The question here for me, and this is something I asked yesterday as well, Clash, where do you expect the circle to head towards, the second circle? And please don't give me a safe answer. Come on, give me something fun. Give me something a little wild. I said a certain circle. Well, it happened. I'm just saying.
You know what? If I have to guess the circle perfectly, I think it's still going to go towards the northern side. I have to stick with my answer, because, come on, that circle is definitely going to go towards the northern side. All right,
let's play a more interesting game. Where do you think the final circle is going to be?
Oh, the final one.
Yeah, maybe not the final one, but the final, like the penultimate, the final third circle.
Probably it will go somewhere around Quarry. I'm not sure.
Quarry?
I'm thinking, somewhere around the Quarry.
Okay.
What do you think? What about you?
I'm gonna say it's gonna be. I'm saying Primorsk. Screw it. Let's go.
Oh, okay. There's a team, by the way, in Primorx.
I know. I wonder if they're going to move, though, right? Like, right now, there's a little bit of battle breaking out. It is going to be team number 6. That is Team TS, who's going to be rattling off a few shots. It's 10 Shade, by the way. And 10 Shade trying to paint their opposition with certain shades of red. Unfortunately, won't find anything. But the battle is broken out, though. And Cosmonaut are being hunted down by WTC, and they're all falling by the wayside. They thought that escaped Clash, but they haven't. And I believe Sabo might be the only player left standing here for Cosmonauts. I can't see anyone else. I can see Device crawling around. I saw the kill feed where we saw at least 2 or 3 players from Cosmonaut on their knees. Azure still standing. All right, a player has been killed. 2 left standing, 1 on his knees. But Cosmonaut coming under heavy fire. And bear in mind, they are not in the safe zone. And it is going to be Team WTC who's going to be kind of gatekeeping them here early in the game. So a rough start for the Cosmo boys. But at least the res will come in, and they do have some medkits to work with.
You know, what I think is Cosmonaut, they must have thought that, okay, these teams, the way to conquer, they must have left Milta, because they must have heard that Dacia, right? And they must have thought as well that, okay, W2C is not here. We can go back to Milta and grab us some loot. But no, they're still there. And they fired a couple of shots. Now they are actually inside the circle. Cosmonaut is definitely not going to... This is not looking good for Cosmonaut. They have to go the other way if they want to stay alive in the game and enter the circle. And by the way, talking about this... Oh, we have the drop, by the way. That's the first airdrop, M249. What? We've been seeing M249 a lot.
I know.
Yeah.
I like it. It makes certain players go for more aggro plays, right? Take a look at the circle. I've been screwed. It's not going to be Primorsk, but your quarry, it's kind of still in the circle. It's kind of still there. I'll give that to you. No one's really camping the western bridge, which is curious, right? We can see Pain's kind of moving around there, but that's going to allow the team on Military Island to head on up pretty comfortably. They're not going to be facing any opposition. I believe that was Reaper X.
Yeah, and most of the teams are towards the eastern side of the map. Only Pain squad can gatekeep these players to the western breeze. But remember, the players down here, the Reapers, they have to move inside the circle anytime soon now, because if they slow it down, you know, if they take a little longer, they could end up dying outside in that blue, and nobody wants to die because of the blue zone. Anyways, we have a team down here. That's Battalion 5 with the DP28. It spots a player from... Oh, he took some damage. He just picked, and they were like, okay, don't you dare to pick on us. We're gonna take you down just like that.
Yeah, like if you come at the king, you best not miss. An Eclair, an interesting name, Eclair. It's a very like you look at every other name where you see like Exodus, you see like Battalion 5, Reaper X, Victor Gaming. These are like all these. They got all these badass gaming names, and then you have Eclair. They just seem like a bunch of sweet guys, but they're not. They're not. You peek them, they're
definitely
gonna
not.
pop you straight in the head. I believe it's Hiral. We've got Smoke Up, Zena, and Lionel. And they seem to be pretty well looted up. You know, they got his DMRs, they got the health kits and everything, and they are aware. They are very aware that there is a team across that little bit of an expanse, and in between, it's going to be Team Unity who's going to come driving on by like absolute lunatics. Fortunately for them, none of the bullets will connect, but we seem to have a bit of a stalemate here, a bit of a stalemate between these two teams, as they don't really have to make a move.
It looked like they had no idea that there was a team down here in the compound. Maybe they were thinking of this little scouting moment. I'm going to go down there, scout that compound. If it's clear, I'm going to call you out, my boys. And he was simply, he was simply blocked there with those bullets. He had to turn away. Okay, there goes our second airdrop. MK14 is what we have here. Beautiful weapon to use, auto, single, whatever, however you want to use it.
And it's a beautiful sounding weapon, right? Like there are a few guns in the game where I know the MK14 is not something everyone enjoys. I'd rather get an M249 or maybe the AWM with M24, but there's something it's got a nice metallic clang, which I personally really do enjoy listening to. Sibo, Good night, sweet prince. It was nice knowing you for a while. Cosmonaut down to just the 2 members. Asibo will be taken down by the zone. And we have another battle breaking out here. The circle is going to shrink in further. Of a battle in Pochinki, WTC on a warpath are going to take down another member. I think that was a player from Goza. And the circle is shrinking in further. Quarry still in the zone, still in the safe zone. Gatka is going to be just a blood-drenched battleground in a very, very short while, I feel like, as we have Opti there, the high ground advantage is just wrapping up bullets in the distance, and Goza, they're quite far away, so it's going to require some very, very precise shots for them to get the kill, but it looks like Goza's going to be okay for the time being. They have lost a member, that's nasty, but they seem to be fine for now. They're going to be heading straight towards the safety of the zone. But the thing is, they need to be wary, Clash. They need to be careful of the possibility of another team just lying in wait.
Because Reaper, as you said, Reaper guys, look at that. They're taking the same place here. They're staying here. And once if Goza, they stop their vehicle right there, that could be a problem for them. Because Reaper, they're not going to hold back. If they see some kind of enemy, they're not going to hold back. They will be shooting those bullets towards them. So we have a little fight going on between Team VG here. I think we've seen the similar pattern yesterday as well. The same place, where the people fought yesterday, and that was crazy. I think this is going to be the same again. That was AKM, by the way. Beautiful shot coming in from him. Mondo, I think he took some damage, but no, Scream. Is he going to scream out to his teammate? No, that's 2 players down for the team. Scream is the only player, and oh my goodness. The team has been eliminated.
Yeah, Mongolian versus Mongolian action there. And I love the way Firepower played that, right? They had EpicGaming completely surrounded. They had 2 players taking the fight. You had Mondo coming in from underneath from below the hillock on at Carafis. But if you looked at the minimap, there was another player pretty far away, and he had a perfect angle. There was no escape there for EpicGaming as they get completely obliterated, and the first team to be kicked out of, rather to be knocked out of the server. Unfortunate for them, but kudos to their opponents. Firepower, they're looking very, very solid. Love the way they took that fight. Switching over to Team Pain, or rather Pain Gaming. Got Rambo on our screens here. They seem to have a pretty good spot here. It's good cover, right? It's a bit of a dip in the ground, and although there are a few teams in the vicinity, they seem to have a complete awareness as to the surroundings. And you can take a look at Pain, smack in the center of the circle for the time being, surrounded by 3 teams, and the circle's going to be exactly on Pain. That is huge. Quarry, unfortunately, is out of the equation, Clash, for you. However, it was still very close. I'll give you that. But this is going to be very interesting. 3 teams, and look at 2A immediately rotating towards safety.
Yeah, that's the beauty of this circle, You don't want to stay outside in that safety zone for too long. You have to enter the circle while you can, because if you take... I've been telling this time and again, but if you take longer, if you stay outside that place for too long, it will be really hard for you to enter later on. So it's better to play with the edges of the circle. Meanwhile, we have a team down here. He must have seen a player scaring those players right ahead of him so that he could clear those, these small hill for the team. It seems he just wants to get some loot. Oh, Alpha. These teams are still hungry.
Oh yeah, they are. And like I said, these teams, these 2 groups, they seem to be way more comfortable taking these fights than we saw from Group A and B yesterday. As Goza's Nawang, he has a couple of his teammates nearby, Sadboy and ST, but they haven't really shown themselves. As ECR are joining the fray, they're going to get a knock here. Goza just trying to hold on to this fortification, as TGT will be the second team to be knocked out. 0 points, man. Not a single kill either. That is very unfortunate for them. They'll be looking to just bounce back. Nawang gets spotted out, and he's looking to take the fight here. That was a very close shot indeed, and that's a very brave battle being taken by Sam from Reaper X. He's going to take quite a bit of damage. Sad Boy is going to come in as reinforcements arrive for Nawang. In the meantime, WTC is battling it out with Team Pain, and they're trading, but it's a 3-way fight because 2A is going to get a knock as well. Meantime, Firepower, they got a team wipe earlier, and they're taking the fight towards Reaper X. Taking a look very quickly at the survival status, quite a few teams have a lot of players still alive, but Firepower right now leading the pack. 5 kills to their name, and not a single player knocked out yet.
Yeah, they look really good at the moment as well. You know, talking about the place they've chosen to stay for a while, and I think they're going to stay there for a little longer. The circle is upon them. Meanwhile, we have two teams down here who will be. I think they're going to take some time because you know this is the compound where it's kind of a what do you call it? They will take some time to push each other out since both of these teams are inside the circle. This is not looking like I'm gonna go throw a couple of nades and go inside that building to rush those players, wipe those players all out. That's something they're not thinking, and they're gonna take some time. Meanwhile, we have PeaklySeven down here spotting a player that's Battalion 5 who is completely in the open spaces. Daka from the team has been knocked down. That was really close. That was really close. I thought that was going to touch him, you know, that was going to get him. But look at the nades, look at the molotovs he's been throwing. Battalion 5. Oh, that was close. That was close. He's still under the fire. Kidding me? 2 players down. 3 players down, actually. Daka is back on his feet. There's still one more player. And that could be it for Battalion 5. So
what a wipe. What a wipe from Pain that they played that to tactical brilliance. Like, that was so well done. And Battalion 5, they had the cover. They had the cover. They were split quite evenly. They were close to each other. But the way the fight was taken there was just so well done by Pain. The way it was zigzagging. We saw nades being tossed on in. Great teamwork coming out. And now, looking at the way 5Power played earlier in the team wipe they had and Pain Gaming, I'm excited to see these two teams face off against each other. As now we're going to be swapping over perspective to Astro Academy, or 2A. I like the name 2A. But hold on. OG taking a fight here, and they're going to be facing against Team Nikon, and Nikon rattling off bullets. The problem is the circle's going to be shrinking on in, and OG need to make a move. And Nikon are being quite problematic. It's a great nade. Alpha being whittled down to half HP, and Mufasa is well aware of this. He's going to be roaring for more, and he's going to play the smart game. Falls back to the safety of the circle. He knows OG have to move in. And the problem is that circle is going to be dealing quite a lot of damage. It's going to be urban warfare. 5Power, 4 members all alive. They hear all the commotion breaking out right next door. And Nikon now have to take fight on 2 fronts. They have to battle against 5Power. At the same time, they need to ensure that OG don't sneak on in while they're busy battling their neighbors.
Yeah, indeed. But it seems there's no stopping for OZ. They have to move in. There's no way out. They have to go through team right ahead of them. And also Team 5Power, they have joined the party. They can hear those shots as well. I think they are prepared what's to come next, since one of these teams will make it inside the cycle. There goes. That's what I'm talking about. Spatial with a nade, knocks down a player. Beautiful knockdown. It seems Team OG. Yeah, another one there. And it seems Team OG had a beautiful chance, but no. 5Power is dealing kind of damage to both of these teams.
Nikon, another nade.
Oh. That is. That was really close. That was really close. That was really close. Look at that. 5Power, a player is knocked down. OZ really close by. That's 2 player alive between OZ. However, look at 9. There goes Zeno. Oh my goodness. They are so aggressive. There's a player up there. Is he going to make it? No. OZ has been eliminated. That was one hell of a fight from 5Power. Look at that. Everybody's going to be alive though. However, there is one player for Nikon still here.
OG getting wiped out. Nikon down to 1 member. 5Power are like a fist. Like all 5 fingers together and just smashing anyone in their path. What a round. What a fight from 5Power. And it goes up. ST, lone man standing. He is very, very, very low on health, and he needs to rush on up. Now, ECR Smoko holding the line. Not a single team in the safe zone, and the nade from Sam could be massive if he finds its mark.
No.
It does deal quite a bit of damage, though, and ST is getting bullied. On his right-hand side is Pika from 2A. On his left-hand side is entire squad of Reaper X. And Goza's ST... I hate to say it, but his days are numbered, and it's going to be Pika to finish it off with the high explosive grenade. And with that, another team will be knocked out. 7 teams remain, 19 left alive in the server.
Yeah, 19 players and nobody's ready to enter the circle just yet. They're just waiting for their opponents to enter first. However, Pain Gaming, they're engaged in a battle here with Team Eclairs. It seems Eclairs are gonna go home into the lobby. It's like that. Pain Gaming, they have a player down. They are, you know, they're gonna be okay because the fight is over for them.
I'm telling you this. I want to see Pain and 5Power face off. I think these have been the 2 teams that have impressed me the most. 5Power and 13 kills. Let me repeat that. 1 and 3. That's 1 more than 12, 1 less than 14 if my math serves me right. 13 kills is massive. Make that 14 because I believe he got another kill there. And Pain, they're on 9. Trailing a bit, but not by much. And these 2 teams, they seem to be on a warpath. And they seem to be destined to meet each other. As Reaper X will be eliminated. Pain, though, Rambo has been lost. And they're out in the open. They're out in the open. This is over. 5Power not going to let this lie. Rattling off all the bullets he has on an M4 is going to be Veno. But he needs to push on in. He needs to find some cover. And he's going to join his teammate Special. And for 5Power Clash, they have all 4 alive this late in the game with only 14 players left in the server.
Look how well spread they really are. 5Power, they're just trying to cover as many land, you know, as many area as possible, not leaving any chance for their opponents to, you know, dodge them or flank them. They're just covering every single direction. Some shots being fired, and Team Unity is gonna go down as well.
18.
5Power, I think they're gonna break the 20 kills mark that we talked about yesterday.
Oh, they're just shooting at everyone. It's a shooting gallery where instead of shooting fish in a barrel, they're the fish. They're the great white sharks, and they have guns, and they're shooting at everyone else. The fisherman getting mowed down as Mono's going to get a knock onto Doggy. Scooby finally will be finished off. So finally, 5Power, one of the members, will fall to their opposition, but we're down to the final 4 teams. And if you look at the number of players left alive, it's a 3v2, v2, v1. 2 Ace Pika from Astro Academy. They have 9 kills to the name. Pain Gaming, 3 alive, 9 kills to them as well. But 5Power, 18 kills. That is absolutely monstrous from 5Power. And Pain, the trade. Oh, he tries to go for the res, but he gets taken down. That's it for Pain. They will be knocked out, and now it's all on 5Power. 20 kills. Can they make it 22?
Well, you wanted to see 5Power versus Pain Gaming, and there you go. Pain, they've been eliminated by the 5Power itself. Now we are down to 3 teams, 6 players alive. The circle is going to shrink anytime soon. However, Team 5Power, I think they are making some plan now. Because a moment ago, they were like, it's free for all. You can take, you know, shoot at your wheels. It's free for all, and take as many kills as possible around you. And now they're all lined up. They know exactly what they need to do, and they cannot simply enter the circle just like that, because Team TS is right ahead of him. Now, also from Astra Academy, Pika is the only player who's taking that damage from the blue. They need to enter the circle, you know, but there is not much space left inside of it.
How is Pika still alive? He's still outside in the blue. He hasn't moved on in, and Ligro is looking around, is running around out in the open, hoping to find something special next to the container. I do wonder what's in that container. It seems comparatively new because you can still see the red plumes of the smoke.
And he's still looting. Maybe there's something bigger in it.
Maybe an AWM going to be going in for the no-scope final kill, as we have Cage from TS. He's going to finish off Pika. Astro Academy will bow out of the game with 9 kills to the name in the 3rd position. Now, it's a 3v2. Cage and Ligro separated quite far from each other. Special, Mondo, and Vendix in a straight line. And they're taking their sweet time. They're waiting for the circle to shrink on in, which will take place in the next few seconds. And Vendix, he's going for the play. He's getting to Dacia, and he's going to be moving on in. He's baiting it out. He's baiting out the members from TS to take a shot. Ligro, nerves of steel. He hasn't taken a shot, but he still gets spotted out, and that could be it. Cage out in the blue, bleeding out, trying to delay the inevitable, but it looks like Clash, it is going to be 5Power.
That was the last first hit, kid.
What an absolutely monstrous play coming out from 5Power there. That is just humongous. I did say I wanted to see a 20 kill game yesterday, and they delivered.
Yeah, that's actually 21 kills? Wow. 21 kills. We wanted to see 20 plus kills and a chicken dinner, but it seems the dream is, you know, it's fulfilled today by 5Power. Amazing gameplay there.
3,000 points of total damage, 36 points. That's 15 points for the chicken dinner and 21 points for the kills. That's the game to beat for everyone. And one thing which impressed me the most was none of the fights they took, it didn't seem like flukes. They seemed to know exactly what they were doing in every single scenario, even when there were 2 or 3 teams they had to fight at the same time. This is just very impressive stuff. As we have our MVP coming up here, I don't know who to give it to. Everyone was crazy, but Zemo, I'm going to go with Veno. 6 kills, 1,200 damage. What?
5 assists as well. And it's not a surprising thing from 5 Power, since they've got 21 kills in total and 6 kills by Zemo or Vino himself. That was simply amazing. You know, they were taking control of every single places they were on. They were so aggressive. You must have seen how they eliminated the players, OZ from OZ, those nades, everything. That was crazy. They were prepared. It seems they were prepared for what to come here.
They were really ready indeed. It was to take a look at the top 4 players of the game as well, and I don't think I'm going to be surprised to see almost everyone from 5 Power there. Well, Pika does steal something away. 6 kills for him. Vino on 6, Mondo on 7 frags, Special with 5 kills as well. When we saw some beautiful nade work coming out from Special in the 3-way fight they had earlier in the game as well. And yeah, no surprise to see 5 Power topping the leaderboards. And you can probably take a look at the match stats as well. Take a look at how it played out, who had the most assists, who had the longest range kill as well. But the 1,200 points of damage, that's an anomaly. That's going to be very hard to counter or for anyone to take anyone to jump over. As we have, again, it's 5 Power everywhere, apart from Doggy, who does make a special appearance here with the longest distance kill at 249 meters.
You know, 1,200 damage. That's double the amount of damage he's done than any of the players here. So that is crazy kills. And you know, talking about Pain and 5 Power, they played really well, and they were going after those kills. You know, rotating properly as well. And yeah, there was some good. But I think we will be going towards the match ranking now. And
yeah, we do have the match rankings there. And Astro Academy, I mean, they did a very good job, like getting 3rd place. They had 9 kills to the name. 10 Shade coming in 2nd there. Unfortunately, they only had 5 kills. Pain Gaming, though, I feel like they were a little unfortunate being caught out in the open, right? And they were just getting mowed down by 5 Power, but they impressed me quite a bit. And so did, of course, the Unity as well. We had Reaper X, we have OG, unfortunately getting taken down in that 3-way fight, and WTC, who they were very, very hungry early on in the game, but they kind of fell off halfway through.
You know, since 5 Power took 1/3 of the kills from the server here, I don't think there is much left for any other teams. They had to rely on those placement points, and wow. That was really
you don't get kills, you don't get placement points, you're left with a big fat 0. That's just unfortunate. 5 teams not able to get a single kill thanks to good old 5 Power and Pain. Goes Cosmonauts, Team Exodus, TGT Victor. They'll be looking to really redeem themselves in the remaining 3 games they have for the day. But for the time being, that's the way it stands right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be going in to a very short break. And actually, no. I do believe we still have a little bit of time remaining before we're going to be jumping into the break. But quick thoughts on that game, because this is a very far... Yeah, not far. This is a very different game from what we saw yesterday. Like an opening game for Group C and Group D being such a bloodbath with one team just completely dominating affairs. It's very, very different from what we saw from Group A and Group B yesterday.
Yeah, indeed. They were a little bit passive. That's what I want to say. But today, as you said, you wanted to see some aggressive gameplay, and that was some crazy move. But I guess we are going for a break. We'll see you guys with a new map next round. So stay tuned. And don't forget to root for your teams.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back after that very, very short break. I hope you guys had a chance to grab something to drink, something to eat as well. I grabbed myself a cup of coffee, but we're going to be jumping in straight into the game, not wasting any time whatsoever because the players are ready and we have no excuses to dilly-dally anymore. It is going to be in Sanhok Clash. It's going to be an interesting playing path, nothing too drastic. It's going to be heading from the northeastern side from Mong Nai, ending towards between Camp Alpha and Tambang. We did see a more faster start to the game yesterday on Sanhok. Hopefully more of the same here. And are we going to be seeing 5 Power continue their form of domination? I think these are the few questions on everyone's minds here.
Maybe they could. Talking about those teams around 5 Power, maybe they could do that. Pain, I think they're really close to them. This is such a good circle as well, considering the Sanhok, and there was lots of area down there towards the southern side of the plane path, and that's a good thing. But we cannot see any teams going towards the Camp Alpha or Hathin. That's kind of surprising because that's two things which has never been left alone yesterday. But it seems these teams got some different ideas in the strategy. Meanwhile, we have a fight going on here between Team Godsa. That's a kill for them. That's an early kill registered for the team here for Team Godsa Esports. They're looking good. A player down. They're going to be taking him back in no time.
Well, sad boy. I don't think he's going to be sad anymore. The res is coming in, and ECR seem to be taking multiple fights on different fronts, which is curious. No one there to trade, no one to back each other up, and they seem to be kind of discombobulated the way they're approaching this, which is unfortunate for them. They've already lost a couple of members. It's not the start you'd be looking for, especially for Team ECR. B5 aware that there was a bit of a skirmish which took place very, very close by, and they're going to be looking for any potential victims, as we have Lionel from ECR, just 2 left standing for the team, which is just unfortunate for them. Just a rough start to the day, as Falcon is going to finish off the member of TGT, Amit Sama. He will fall. And with that, we've already lost 3 players early on. Way to Conqueror, only playing with 3 members this time around. I guess a little bit of connectivity issues, I guess, for one of their members, which is very unfortunate. But like you said, we saw TMK yesterday get the chicken dinner on Sanhok, I believe, with just 3 members. Yeah. So, even though you might have the handicap, it's still something which you can surpass and which you can manage to, kind of jump on top of. As goes up, they face a bit of trouble earlier on, but not really going to be worried for the time being, as we're going to be switching towards Doggy, who's just rattling off bullets into the wall. I thought he had lost his mind, but no, they're actually a team waiting right outside, and that is going to be team number 10. That is EXDS. Exodus, there we go. The lack of vowels surprised me there.
Anyways, I think they are going to be engaging in early fights here. Pain Gaming, they are still looking for those players, but it looks kind of difficult for them since Exodus, look at that. They are simply making that simple rotation, simply trying to flank these 2 players inside this building. And it seems Team Pain Gaming, they cannot simply step out of that building. That would be really, really a bad move for the team. Anyway, there's some shots being fired by Team Pain Gaming here. Saxy with the AKM in his hand. Look at that. Exodus, they're not leaving these players behind. They know how they're going to approach. There is a player who is giving those information to his teammate, and look how well prepared they really are. They're simply trying to surround these compounds from every single direction. Pain Gaming, they have to do something here.
Well, Exodus, though, they're more than ready to wait for Pain to make a mistake. And Pain, like you pointed out, trapped inside a house, surrounded by Exodus. And Exodus taking this one slow. They know they have the man advantage. Just trying to make Pain make a mistake, forcing them to react, and they're completely surrounded. Where Akali is just trying to find a right angle. In the meantime, ECR continues to bleed out players.
Yeah, and also, Team Pain, they have no way out. They have to fight with Team Exodus if they want to stay alive. I wonder where their teammates are, Come on, you could always use some backup.
I think one died.
You were surrounded.
I think one died when he was right outside, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, maybe that's their strategy. They were like, okay, we are too surrounded. I don't want rest of my team to be here trying to help us out since they're outside the circle. It seems like they're just buying some time for them, outside this blue.
Well,
and Exodus, they're not leaving them behind just like that. Come on, what is going on here?
The circle is shrinking
and
on
Exodus.
Yeah, they need to make a play here. And I think they managed to knock out Ackley, which is a huge knock, which allows them a little bit of an escape route. And that's exactly what Saxy's going to take. He's going to jump on our Doggy, popping a bit of some meds before he's going to join his teammate as well. And I don't think Baymax spotted out Saxy make a run for it. That's huge. The fact that Saxy's able to escape and Exodus... they're being very, very passive. It was a 4v2, and now a player bleeding out. They have to go for the res, and that actually might allow Pain to escape. And that's something which Exodus is not going to be happy with if that does indeed happen.
Yeah, they have to move from this place, but... I don't know what they are thinking, both of these teams. They are still trying to fight outside that blue zone. That is going to be a crazy move here. However, we have Team Astra Academy. There is a nade coming in for Team 10. Sid Ligro has been taken down. I think it's going to be a perfect one. Look at that. He's well cooked that grenade. There goes one. Oh, did a little bit of damage. There goes another one right after another. It simply bounced back. Simply bounced back.
Well, bit of a standoff. Ligro needs a res, and he is slowly bleeding out. The problem is, Astra Academy, they have the higher ground advantage, and they're going to ensure that if anyone tries to go in for the res, it's not going to be easy. Another nade being tossed in, I believe. Again, it's not going to find Hershey. Second nade, and Cage is going to drop. Oh, that's perfection from action. And now, the question is, R2A going to be moving in for the kill because Ligro's bleeding out. Cage has been spotted out. Hershey, it's all on him. He needs to kind of deploy some smokes and make his way, but his third nade comes on in. Falcon trying his desperate best to reach his teammates, and unfortunately, it might be a little too late. 3 knocks already for 2A and TS. They're bleeding out into the ground. The final member, he just might have to fly away. Falcon, there's nothing much you can do here, buddy. The 4 members are looking at your teammates as they lie dying. And at this point, if you're Falcon, you might as well just run for the hills and at least try and play for placement points.
Yeah, of course. And that's what Falcon is doing. He wants to survive. He lost 3 of his teammates. There's nothing he could do because 2A, they had that higher ground advantage as well. And they also had 3 of the players from Tin Sade knocked down already. There was nothing much Falcon could do other than running away from that place. But talking about the Pain and Exodus, they're still outside that blue zone. I don't know what they're doing there.
Pain's dead.
What is going on?
Well, Pain's dead. That's what's happening.
Oh.
Pain tried their best to stay alive for as long as possible, but Exodus, they just didn't let up. They were like, yeah, we're taking damage as well, but we don't care, as V is gonna win the duel. And that's a member of VG. Victor Gaming down and out. Well, just down. Scream is down as well. He does have damage next to him to go for the res, but unfortunately for Binariz, there's no one nearby and he will fall. And Team 12, that's Team Unity, just pushing on in. They want to win this fight.
They seem to want to get those kills as well. Lots of shots being fired from both of these teams. M762, the power of M762 knocks the player down. Damage is really close by from Team VG, and he's the only player who could fight against these, against these teams here. Damage with that AKM, switching those weapons. Is he going to take all of those players? That would be a really, really great clutch if he managed to do that. But no, it's going to be 1v2 for him. And also Team Unity, they will be taking some time off to revive their teammates. Damage, look at that. Okay, he's taking some damage instead. I think it just got third partied there. Somebody else took the kill from Team Unity.
That was a perfect nade, though. That was such a huge nade. And unfortunately, like you said, I think he got third partied there. That is just unfortunate. Valiant attempt to stay alive, but they will fall. As we switch to my personal favorite team, at least from game 1, that's 5 Power. But unfortunately, 2 of them have fallen by the wayside, and they are in the blue. And again, reminding all of viewers, especially those of you who might be newer to the game, that the blue zone on Sanhok deals way more damage because of the size of the map. So this circle is actually dealing way more damage than a second phase circle would on, let's say, a map like Erangel or on Miramar. So they need to make a bit of haste, and that is exactly what Vendex is going to be doing. Venox, rather, is going to be doing with his teammate. Not wasting much of time, just legging it, trying to reach safety.
Blancos, he just got eliminated, and the circle is going to shift again. The third phase is about to begin. However, we have that southern side of the map completely open. Nobody's there in the Bantai. And we have Exodus now. They're slowly moving in. They eliminated everybody from Team Pain Gaming. Now they are moving in. And also, Lionel, the last member, I believe he's the last member for A-Clears, who is on his way to his play zone. And that's a really hard shift. The circle, of course. Southern, west. That's that is something where nobody was initially. Now they're gonna have to change the pathway. They're gonna have to move towards that open fields. Bantai could be a really good spot to fight later on in the game. And look at that Exeter. That's a long way home for them to enter the circle. It's a long way home.
That's a long way indeed, considering how tiny the map is. Just unfortunate. Team Nikon, they were quite active on Erangel earlier, just half an hour back, and so far they really haven't faced off against anyone. They're playing a safe game, not much action. Oh, 9 spots a player out from Goza. The trigger to split is good. He's going to wait it out. He's not going to take any shots. He doesn't want to give away his position. Nikon trying to play more for placements rather than trying to go for the kills, more like. ST, brave soul driving around. I guess he knows something we don't, that there is no one nearby. So Nikon's gonna finally find Nasty, and they're gonna mow them down. 9 finishes off Nasty. And now the jig is up. Now everyone's gonna be aware as to where Nikon's position is, but no one's really gonna test him. Falcon, in the meantime, the lone surviving member of TS, he's gonna get a couple of knocks. So even though he might be the final member staying alive, he is still looking to take those fights.
Yes, indeed. He had to back off from that previous fight, but now it seems he's just chipping one after another, some kills for the team, which is good. And also we have Team Battalion 5 against Team Goatsa. Both of these teams are from Nepal, so the same reason. I wonder what they are doing. Come on, this is camp... this is actually a good compound for them to hold on to. Anyways, Nikon is still trying to find some knocks on the other side. They must have seen Team 2A right ahead of him, and Mufasa. That was a shot, to let their enemy know that we are here. You cannot simply push up on us. We are here. We're holding this ground.
Well,
so be careful.
Not for long, though, as Refuse is going to get the knock. Getting third parties R2A, and they're getting mowed down from beneath. Unity, they have a great angle, and 2A, they're a bit of a pickle right now. They're getting shot from multiple angles. Scry, he knows where one of the members is from Unity, but look at this narrow little angle Mercy has to work with. At least a res will be coming on in for 2A. But yeah, they're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place, and both the rock and the hard place have guns galore. And that's never...
Yeah.
It's never a fun time. For the time being, a little bit of a scuffle. ECR, did they get knocked out?
I think Lionel is the last member alive for Team Eclairs there, and he's just trying... He's done. He's just struggling to enter the circle.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard.
Is it going to be fast enough?
I don't think so. Yeah, like, look at his health, right? And now, Vendex is there as well. The thing is, Vendex has health, and he's got that... he's got all the energy drinks and the painkillers pumping in his body. So he's gonna manage to get to safety. And even if he doesn't reach there in time, he's got his teammate, his Mondo. He's gonna be reaching the beach, and this should be a free kill. Lionel, like you pointed out, he still might make the beach, but I don't think he's gonna survive it because there's gonna be bullets flying his direction. 2A, they have recovered. They had 2 members down. It was looking rough for a point there, but they have managed to stay alive. I say that, and Top once more will be knocked out, and Eclair will finally meet their maker. They will be taken out of the equation as Pika gets a drop onto OG.
2A, they are being shot from multiple angles, and I think Team OG joins the party again. They were fighting with Team Unity before, Team Astra Academy. They were fighting with Team Unity, and also there was Nikon, who were taking a closer look at the 2A. But now Team OG had joined in again, so this is going to be really, really difficult for Team 2A to hold on to their position. Some shots being fired by Alpha there with the beautiful M4. Sprays right across, I think, right towards Team Top, but no. Oh, that was too close. One more shot, he could have gone down. That was really close call for him. I think 2A, though, they're just holding their ground properly, but how long they can stay there? That's the question.
Zubair spawning a player out from Reaper, and he sees the buggy, and oh no, Zubair trying to get the shot, and he gets tunnel visioned, which allows one of his opponents to rattle off a bullet. Thankfully for him, he's got his teammates nearby to go for the res. His B5 are getting harangued by Goza, and it's not looking good. Shy Boy, far away from his teammate. Max Zone is getting whittled away by bullets and nades, but ST will be dropped. And that means Nawang has to leg it and try and get a res. Again, Goza down to just 2 members, mind you. And with ST bleeding out, Nawang has to be the hero. He needs to leg it. He needs to make a run across open terrain. He does have a couple of trees for cover. And fortunately, amongst all the chaos, he might try and make it there, as Max Zone will be taken down, bleeding out. And a little bit of a battle between Faisal and Mondo. Nades being tossed back and forth. It's a deadly game of badminton. And with that, I do believe that's it for 5 Power. They will be knocked out by a perfect nade from Faisal. Kobe smiling down from above, and with that, 5 Power will bow out. They do get 3 kills to their name, but they will bow out in the 13th positions. We're down now to the final 12 and 31 alive in the server.
Yeah, and Astra Academy looking pretty good despite being surrounded by 3 or 4 teams around them. They are looking pretty good with 4 points already, everybody alive in the game. So Exodus, they made it. I think a player was eliminated by the play zone, but Ackley, he's made it inside of it, which is good. Battalion 5, these teams are good as well, but Gotsa, ST was down. Nawang somehow revived his teammate. That is something to see, but the circle is definitely not going to favor them. They have to move in. And oh, what a hardship that is for Team Reaper, Gotsa, Battalion 5. Whoever is here towards the eastern side of the map, they have to make their run now, and lots of teams will be looking for that exact eastern location in that circle as well. So that's going to be really chaotic in probably, I don't want to say right now, but the next circle is definitely going to be chaotic towards here, towards the eastern side of the map here.
Indeed, it could be pure chaos. Ackley waiting for someone to push on in through the window. Is he aware that he's got a neighbor? Shy Boy opens the door, and immediately Ackley pivots in his direction. The circle will shrink, and Shy Boy's got to go make a run for it. And Ackley, he's on the hunt. They're just rattling up bullets here. And Ackley, he wants to finish the job off. The jumping spray from the M4. He gets the kill alongside the knock, as Cosmonauts will be knocked off of the server. Meanwhile, Reaper duking it up with OG. OG moving in like a pack, but because of that, they will get taken down. Alpha, he will get a trade, barely though, as he will be found out by Admiral from Reaper. Reaper, great fight. They're not losing a single man, and the res should be coming on in, but the circle is shrinking. So they will get the res, but I don't think it's going to be enough. No, they got to let it go. Spurs will have to bleed on out, and Reaper have to leg it to the safe zone. There's nothing they can do for the teammate, but at least it survived that skirmish, as the pain, it just continues to be a problem for everyone. The circle alongside the bullets, they're battling multiple opposition, and then nade, again, perfection from Admiral, as Nikon, I believe, will be knocked out. And with that, we're down to the final 8 teams and 18 alive. 18 players alive as well. So, 2A, they're still holding on to their ground, which is good. However, Team Unity, they know there were players on top of that hill, so they're making their way slowly. I think he can hear those bullets right ahead of him. Maybe a couple of nades could do some damage to Team 2A. I don't think that's gonna be a problem for Team Unity if they try to do that, though.
Look at that. They've got that control. That's what I'm talking about. No mercy with the M416. Knocks the player down. There is another player. I think that's the last player for Team 2A, Pika, and he's not here close to his teammate. That could be it for 3 players of Team Astro Academy. He goes with the Thompson. He will be looking for another player. There's a race going on the other side, though. That could be it for Team 2A. There they fall. We have some shots going on here as well.
So close. So close from ST there. He could have got a team wipe, but unfortunately he falls to the very end. And with that, I do believe just down to 4 teams and 8 alive. And that means it's a 3v2 v1v1. Way to conquer. WTC. Bear in mind, they came into the server with only 3 players. And they have all 3 players still standing. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Could they potentially pull off what TMK did yesterday, where they only had 3 players as well, and yet they got a chicken dinner on Sanhok? That only time will tell. Right now, Opti from above, lobbing nades towards God. And God, the nade won't find him, but the blue zone is dealing quite a bit of damage. And TGT, they haven't got a single kill to the name, but they have the 1 player alive. WTC, they are in a very, very comfortable position. Every single one, apart from God, is in a safe zone. As you can see, the next circle, it's right next to WTC, but they need to crawl down that slope. And that's something which could be problematic. They have a couple of trees for cover, but that's about it. They have an inkling as to where the TGT member is, but do they know where Faisal is? Do they know where No Mercy and Easy Win are? Because Unity, there are 9 kills, and they'll be looking for more. In fact, they will be looking for the chicken dinner to go alongside the kill points that they have accumulated so far in the game. But we have a bit of a lull in the action, at least for the next 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah, and TZT, look at that. God slowly sneaking inside of that play zone. However, I think Unity must have noticed God. It's just that he doesn't know exactly where he is, but he must have noticed that there was a player. You know, there's a player down there near the tree. He must have moved inside the circle as well. He should be aware, Team Unity. And we have Battalion 5, the only player alive for the team here with the M4. He's got that small Reese line to hold him back, but the circle is definitely not in his favor. 6 first aid kit. Is it going to go for the heal battle? Oh, I guess he is going after the healing thing, but how? If you take a closer look at the W2C, Way to Conqueror, they have three players alive in the game, and they can simply outnumber the players down below as well. Unity Esports, however, they're not going to make any move yet. Look at that, Way to Conqueror. They're slowly closing in. Slowly closing in. I think he's going to find Faisal right ahead of him. Faisal trying to end the kill with the help of those 6 first aid kit, but I think it's way too... no. Is he going to make it? What do you think?
No, he's not. Kamikaze knows he's going to go for the fight. Spots out the player, runs out, almost runs out into the blue, and Faisal, valiant attempt, but he gets taken down. And with that, this information conveyed. Unity, well, now they know where WTC are. Now it's a 3v2. WTC going in for the kill. Kamikaze trying to live up to his name. He doesn't have a plane, but he's got a gun, and an AK-47 could be quite deadly indeed. But Easy Win, he's still holding his ground. Nades sailing on in. WTC just looking to finish this off, not allowing Unity to maybe get back into the game. But No Mercy, he's not seen. Easy Win gets a knock. There's going to be Opti taken down. Kamikaze is going to fall as well. And Unity 1 knock away from getting the chicken dinner. And 1 man left standing in the smoke. It's going to be the final member of WTC still running around. It's going to be Lion, and like the king of the jungle, he's trying to find something, but there's nothing he can do. Unity to come out on top. 12 kills to the name and the chicken dinner. And even in the man disadvantage, even the 2v3, they managed to pull off the clutch there. 27 points, not exactly the 36 was it? We saw earlier from...
yeah, 36. That was 36.
Yeah, we saw earlier from the first game from 5 Power, but still 27 points. What a game by Team Unity.
What a game and what a turnaround. I thought Way to Conquer was going to get that chicken dinner, since they had that advantage of that extra player on the team. But Unity, they held on their ground properly. They were just getting as many information as possible, and later on, boom. You want to pick on us? I'm going to get that chicken dinner from you, baby.
Well, that's exactly what they did. And if you look at even the way they played the Ridge, right? It was so well done. As we had the MVP, No Mercy. I mean, he deserves it. Sure, it was only 4 kills and 700 points of damage, 3 assists. That's quite tasty. But the fact, the way he played that with his teammate Easy Win was so well done. They had that ridge, a little bit of a headshot angle for them to work with. They were able to take down WTC, and for WTC, I like the push, but it seemed a little, it seemed to lack a bit of cohesion, at least from my untrained eyes.
Well, you know, what I think is WTC in the last circle, they held a little longer. They should have pushed towards the Unity right away, you know, when they had a chance. But unfortunately, the Team Unity, they outplayed. You can say that they outplayed.
They outplayed, they outgunned. As we take a look at the top players of the game here, no surprises whatsoever. We have Refuse, we have No Mercy from Unity in the top 1 and 2. We had Action from 2A. coming up with 4 kills of his own, 450 points of damage, and of course we have Mr. Faisal from B5 with 3 kills to his name. Individually, not exactly a pop-off showing from anyone in particular, but everyone kind of chipping in, right? Everyone getting those 3-4 kills, helping the teammates get basically a good position overall. I was going to take a look at the match stats, the match ranking, and wasting no time, there we have it, 27 points for Unity. The closest was WTC, 12 placement points, Clash, but if you look at the frags everyone has, apart from Astro Academy, no one really doing much, I mean, like anything crazy in the fragging department, apart from Team Unity and 2A.
Well, the best part is, everybody got some kill here.
Yeah, I guess it's better than the first game, where in the first game no one got any kills because 5 Power stole everything away from them. And let's take a look at the second half of the table, where we'll see where 5 Power not getting the placement points, but at least getting 3 constellation points for the kills they had. We have 10 Shade, Cosmonauts, Nikon, GOP, OG, Eclair, Victor Gaming, and at the very bottom, Pain Gaming, who come off unfortunately with a big fat egg. I do believe we should have the overall standings as well very soon. I wouldn't be surprised to see 5 Power still on top, because 36 points is still 36 points. It's ridiculous. Plus with the 3 points to have right now, they're going to be on 39 after 2 games, which is nuts.
Yeah. I think they are in the top 6. Yeah, okay, yeah. Top 6.
And bear in mind, again, you got to look, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, look at the number of matches played. The top 5 teams have played 4 games. The 64 to 42, that's from Group A and B. And you have 5 Power on 39. On 39 with just 2 games played. There is a real possibility that they could kind of just take over the crown, snatch away the crown from APES and even EpicGaming. I would love to see that if they have a couple of good games here, not even just one good Mirror, another good Erangel. We could see that happen. But there you have it. That's a top 8 standing as it stands right now. Nightmare getting knocked down a notch alongside TMK. And take me through the 9 to the 16th place here, Clash.
So this is the Team Unity. They played really well. 35 points, not bad for them. After playing only 2 matches, they're still there in the top 10 list, which is good. But Pain Gaming, what a game that was! They were just taking too much time fighting with Team Exodus outside that blue zone, and I believe they were taken down by the play zone as well. So that's something they have to be really careful on. You cannot simply fight outside that blue zone and for too long. So this is the 3rd base.
Which is kind of interesting for me is the fact that we have more teams, I feel, in the top 16 who have only played 2 games, right? We see so many teams in the top 16 from Group C and Group D, despite having only played 2 games, compared to Group A and Group B from yesterday, showing that while we had teams like APES and EpicGaming, for example, dealing a lot of kills, frags, and winning a lot of the points yesterday, it was kind of lopsided, while this time around it seems to be a little bit more equal as we do head down the final page of the table. And VelociRaptor have some company alongside Nikon and Eclair and Victor Gaming and Cosmonauts and Exodus and GOP OG, but again, reminding everyone, they've only played 2 games, and they still have 2 more opportunities to kind of jump up the overall standings here. But that's the end of Game 6. Again, reminding everyone, we have 6 days of action, 4 games every single day. Every team has an opportunity to play 12 games in total. So 12 games, that's quite a bit to work with. But at the same time, you play the teams playing today, they're going to be done with 33% of their games. So the pressure is going to start mounting, especially for the teams who are right now in that, below the top 16 position, right?
Yeah, because, come on, you want to be selected for the finals, don't you? So you have to play some good games. Come on, do something, guys. Whoever is down there at the bottom of the list, you have to do something about it.
We got to do something about it. And whether to do something about it, we're going to be finding out on map number 3. That's going to be Miramar, coming up after a very short break. PMCO Wildcard 2021 resumes here. Day 2, we're halfway through. We're going to be jumping in straight into Miramar. My name is Blair. Joining me is, of course, Clash 47. And I want to take a very quick look at the schedule for all of you who are watching from home, who probably just tuned in right now. We have 4 games being played every day. It's going to be the same order of maps. Started off on Erangel, where 5 Power had a magnificent win. And then we had Sanhok, which took place just a few minutes back. Now, jumping into Miramar, Clash, it's going to be... I want to see another team step up here. I want to see Pain have their moment to shine now.
Maybe they can. Maybe they can. And we have the plane path. Okay, it's really beautiful. Although heading all the way to the El Pozo, covering lots of good areas here for the teams who wants to go for the proper loot in the initial phase of the game. And that's some early drop coming in from a couple of teams. Maybe heading towards Impala. This is such a good plane path. Trust me, Play. Trust me on this. This is a really beautiful plane path.
This looks really nice, right? It's cutting the map almost in half. You have Los Leones. They're starting off towards Puerto Parayo. I don't see any teams dropping towards Puerto Parayo at the moment, but you have Picado on the plane path, like you pointed out, heading towards El Pozo and Monte Nuevo. Any Picado battles? Maybe a couple of teams, maybe just dropping on down there, looking to just looking to be crowned the king of the hill, at least temporarily on Picado, perhaps.
Probably we could see that because we've seen Picado fight yesterday as well. And look at that, 2 teams already heading towards Picado. Are they going to drop down? No, they're simply going to pass Picado, maybe heading towards San Martin at the moment. And these teams, most of the teams, they will be going towards the northern side of this plane path here. And Los Leones, 5 Power, they're still there in the Los Leones. Beautiful place to loot. I love to drop around Los Leones and their first circle. What a cycle it is. We only have 2 teams outside of it, and they are pretty good, considering Miramar, it's all about rotation hungry. You have to rotate anyways. So, yeah, it's a beautiful first circle as well.
Yeah, and then we do see VG dropping straight onto Picado, not going to be facing off against anyone. But like you pointed out, a lot of teams heading up north of the plane path, meaning there could be some early skirmishes breaking out. I spot with my eye ECR heading towards Valle del Mar at the edge, at the periphery of the circle. But for the time being, doesn't look like any early firefights, unless these 2 teams duke it out. They have a little bit of time. Sam is running around with that UMP looking to find someone, but doesn't see anyone. So instead, it's just going to be fall on back and loot up. And this is what we usually expect on a map like Miramar, right? It's a much more bigger map. There's much more real estate for teams to claim. But right now, we might be seeing Ten Shade facing off against Cosmonauts. Cosmonauts, a team who seem to have a few number of fans. They've had a rough start so far to the day, but maybe Miramar is a map where they will be looking to redeem themselves.
Yeah, probably. But ever since they started the game, they've been engaging in this early fights. Erangel, Sanhok, and in Miramar as well. They have Ten Shade nearby, so they should be, they should be really careful on those things. Come on, loot. Just don't try to. Don't try to go all out right away after you jump off the plane. You have to be careful. You can always split your teammates if you want, because Miramar is a huge map, Oh, that's VSS, by the way, Falcon, just trying to scare those players off with a couple of bullets of that VSS. And I guess Team Cosmonaut, they now know that the teams on the other side, they are well prepared to take the fights, and they will be leaving El Pozo any moment now.
Yeah, the VSS suppress shots. It's hard to triangulate where the bullets might be coming in from, and that might have scared away Cosmonauts. Ooh, that's some clean shots from Falcon, putting the VSS to good use. Subsonic rounds land straight on the player, and he will be knocked out. And I don't think they're still aware of where exactly they're getting shot from. The res,
I don't think they can do that.
Did they just leave their teammate there? They did. Blanco's bleeding out in the open. His teammates have forsaken him. Oh, Blancos. That is unfortunate. Hershey's going to get the kill. And that's first blood drawn by Falcon, a player who was a hero for his team a couple of games back. Or at least the previous game, actually.
In the previous game, yeah. He was actually a hero, and he managed to get that one first kill for the team as well. El Pozo is still inside the circle, though. and Cosmonaut, and they're going to have to continue the game with only 3 players now. And I believe they don't even have proper loots for them, but we have Team OZ, that's Reaper and Team OZ, really close to each other, and there's a player knocked down. I believe he's been eliminated. Yeah, OZ, they lost a player. Zuvair right ahead. I think he's right across that compound, and Exodia, I think his location has been compromised. OZ, however, look at that Alpha making that slowly small flank from the right, and he might be a huge trouble for Team Reaper because it's going to be 2v1 for Team Exodus. I'm sorry, Team Reaper here. OZ trying to find those players, just chasing him out. Will they find him? If they do, he's not going to go, he's not going to be alive in the game. That's what I think. So that's actually Reaper there. Oh, that's Exodia with Scar finds a player just across that field. Alpha with Uzi as well. That's a power of Uzi. That's what I'm talking about. There was 1v2 for these players, and Reaper, they will be losing one of the teammates from the game. And Uzi, they must be really happy about those loot crates. They will be happy about those, with those loot crates around them. Team Reaper, they have a player really close by, but Sam, he couldn't do anything about it. It seems Cosmonaut is trying to take an advantage of the situation from the higher ground. Uzi is down below. Cosmonaut, however, with only 3 players, they look like they are, they look like they are ready to take any kind of fight since they lost a player. They're like, okay, I don't care. We've lost 1 player. We lost a player from our team, but it doesn't matter. We simply are going to take some more kills or maybe a chicken dinner later on. So that's what they might be thinking right now. Team OZ, however, they looted the crate from the Reaper, and Sam is closing in. I don't think they are ready to take any fights yet, but Reaper, they're going to have to continue the game with only 3 players now on.
Yeah, but fortunately, as we've seen so far, a couple of teams have shown us that even though they might only have 3 players from the beginning of the game, there's very real possibility they might be able to get a top 3 finish or even a chicken dinner. But yeah, like you pointed out, a couple of casualties early on. And for the side of the Cosmonauts, again, not a great start for them. They've lost a member early on. And I believe it was the right play to make, right? Like, you're exposed, you're out in the open, your teammate's knocked down, you don't know exactly where you're getting shot from, and they had to do a little bit of on-the-fly risk analysis. As Sam, letting fly a few bullets from that M16, trying to get a knock. He spots out a player, but doesn't want to overcommit, and that would be the smart play.
Maybe Team Reaper, they're trying to avenge their teammate's death. Who knows? Because that's the same place where their teammates die. And OZ, they're still holding on to that compound. I don't think that's a good idea for them. But Reaper slowly closing in with their 3 members. I believe they are ready to push in. Are they? Maybe, yeah. Ooh. Okay, that was a really close call. Pain, that's actually Pain versus Nikon. If I'm not wrong, that was a beautiful knockdown coming in from Team Pain. They are actually surrounding these players from every single direction. There is no way out for Nikon. They have to fight this battle out inside this compound. Some shots being fired. Mufasa taking some damage as well. 9 making a huge rotation. That could be a really beautiful flank for Team Nikon, to be honest. And Pain, they should be careful. A beautiful Molotov coming in for Team Nikon as well.
Mufasa trying to make a run for it, and somehow Nikon still having all 4 players alive, and I say that flying will be knocked down by the Tommy and finished off by Doggy. Chaser jumping and gunning, trying to find something, trying to find a trade, and he's gonna indeed land a knock, but a quick trade coming in the form of, I do believe that was Saxy, who finds Chaser. Sorry, who finds, yeah, he does find Chaser. He's gonna go for the res, not really looking for the kill, and it is gonna be Saxy who will finish out the player. Nikon getting wiped out in the blink of an eye. You blink and you miss it. Nikon will be the first team to be knocked out here in Pain. Well, we saw them have a quiet second game, but it looked like they are back to their winning ways here. They had a fantastic game in the first one. They came in, I believe, in the 4th or 5th position placement-wise, but they did get those 9 kills. And with this, they have a team wipe to their name very early in the game. And taking a look at the circle clash, it seems to be kind of keeping Picado smack in the center, which makes it interesting. A Picado final circle would be sheer madness.
Oh, that would be madness. That would be madness. I don't want to see. What do you want to see, Picado last circle?
Oh yeah.
Really? Anyways, we have a couple of teams down here. Battalion 5, they are taking some, they're actually scouting those enemy from here. Goatsa is right ahead of him. Goatsa and Battalion 5, they've been dropping around these almost identical, almost close to each other, and that could be a problem for these teams. But we have the first airdrop. Groza is what we have, including that military vest level 3. If you haven't found any loots, come on, loot the first airdrop. You got it right there. Pain Gaming, you are really close to it. But I don't think Pain needs those utilities, do they? Because they just eliminated an icon and they've got their loot. So I don't think they're going to go for the loot, that airdrop. However, we have Team Tensei still there in the El Pozo, and now they have to move. The circle is going to close in on every single teams here. And W2C, they're all good, nothing to worry about. We have Team Unity closing in. They're trying to enter the circle from the northern side of the play zone here. 5 Power, that's chilling out towards the eastern map. I'm not sure what they're thinking. However, Battalion 5, they're going to have some company real soon.
They will be having company real soon. One thing which has been missing so far in all the games since yesterday has been, we saw one AWM being wielded. I think it was on the final map on Erangel yesterday. Apart from that, I've seen too many Arctic Warfare Magnum guns being dropped around. Not many ARM action in the server, which is unfortunate considering it's Miramar. You want to see a bit of some sniper action.
Well, I think it was in the Miramar as well. That was Domi. Yeah, that was.
Oh,
Domi
yeah.
from
You're
Epic,
right. It was in
the last cycle. Yeah, he was right behind the drop with the AWM in his hands. There's another M249. Oh no, that's a Battalion 5. That's what I'm talking about. No, they were slowly being chased. They were being, I don't want to say hunted, but the teams around them, they were actually chasing, looking for those players around those compounds, and talking by power. Oh my goodness. I think they're going to kill some, they're going to rack up some good number of kills in this round. Since Miramar, you can get some good number of kills. Mondo takes, he gets knocked down though. That was Battalion 5 Dhaka with the shot. Falcon with the long range shot. Sprays, but couldn't get any knocks yet. Switches to Mini 14. Beautiful DMR to use, but the players, they simply ran away from that place. Dhaka, he was the one who, with that perfect nade, who knocked a player from Team 5 Power.
But they will resuscitate their teammate. And Dhaka out in the open here, he's just trying to bait out something from a 5 Power. But the scary thing is, sometimes when you bait something out and a fish bites, fish could pull you down into the water. Shy Boy is grazing the top of the crest of the hill with a few bullets. So they take the circle, and well, it seems like it's going to be towards the northwestern side of Los Leones, and still Picado, a big chunk of it inside of the safe zone. The problem is a lot of these teams are not in the circle, which could present a problem for them because it is slowly but surely starting to shrink, and it will lead to some pretty hectic duels here. 5 Power just lying in wait. They're like vultures, just waiting, flying around, waiting for B5 to make a move. And B5, they're not going to budge yet. They're just going to stick on around. They want to ensure that the coast is completely clear before they go for a bit of a rotation here. And for the time being, there is no pressure. I believe they are in a safe zone as well. Or I could be mistaken. I didn't really notice it on the mini map. But we can get back to it later on.
They are in. But we have
there we
Goatsa here. We have Goatsa here with his car. I think they are going to be pushed by Team Eclairs as well. But come on, there is no time for these teams to fight out this early. It's just 13 minutes in the game. Just make some proper rotation. Nobody's there towards the Los Leones. Those compounds in the Los Leones is completely empty. Nasty trying to get some. I think he's just trying to scare those enemy off of these compound, and Eclairs, they will be bouncing off. They're not ready to take any risk for their teams while pushing those. While knowingly pushing those compounds that there is some enemy waiting for them.
Well, a bit of a lull once more, but Pain now, they're taking a fight with Exodus. And is that Glack or Glake? He's hiding inside the house. He doesn't see anyone though, he's just biding his time. Nice nades being tossed back and forth. Doggy taking a bit of damage, and he's gonna evacuate the premises, leaving the vehicle behind the buggy, wary that it might explode and take him down with it. And Pain are playing a dangerous game with Exodus. Exodus spread quite thin as well. If any one of them gets taken down from the side of Exodus, a res is going to be hard to come by. Actually, is taking so much damage, and I believe he's managed to dodge the bullets. I think he managed to find himself some safety. But Exodus is not looking good here. We're Kendi, or Kensi, or Kendi. I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but Kenox. I think it's an O. Yeah, it's Kenoxy. Kenoxy and Swan. They need to make something happen. We're gonna group up together as TGT are gonna have a field day, rattling off bullets as the vehicles flying past. Someone maybe getting a little ahead of himself, and OG Yusuf, he gets riddled by bullets from too high. Somehow still alive, not for long. He will fall to the explosion, and OG, oh, this is looking like GG for them. They have one member alive, and Alpha, he's got to be the alpha here of his pack and try and escape as the circle will shrink on in, and everyone now has to rotate to the safety of the safe zone.
Yeah, and talking about the Pain Gaming, you know, they're still there, but they have to leave that place, and they have to rotate a little to the left or maybe towards these buildings around the Los Leones, because I believe the circle is going to go there. However, we have every single teams outside the circle, and that's Team Eclairs, who is on their way towards the circle, way to Conqueror. They have a company, the Reaper X could be, you know, Reapers, they could be some kind of trouble for them. But lots of teams, you know, whoever is outside that play zone are trying to rush inside of that play zone. They want to fit inside the circle before their enemy does. And we can see lots of players getting eliminated by the play zone itself. Cosmonauts, they have been eliminated with just, I think that's no kill point as well. Cosmonauts, that was... No, it's halfway in the game. Cosmonaut Esports, they've been eliminated. We have a couple of teams down here. TZT, they are in a... I think they're hungry for some more kills. Amit Sama is still looking good, including TGT God firing a couple of shots against those players around them. I believe they got a vehicle. If they have to move in, there goes Kamikaze going all out with those Scar L, and now they have to move since the blue is upon them.
The blue is indeed upon them, but they have to be wary. There are a few gatekeepers. Admiral on his knees crawling around. Alpha, the lone member standing for OG, and he is gonna be able to res himself like we pointed the blue. He's dealing quite a bit of damage, and Alpha, he's on the hunt. He's gonna find Admiral, and that's gonna be a kill to the name of OG. As Alpha applying a first aid kit.
He's actually the only player. Wow.
Yeah, he is the last player after the rest of them just got blown up in their vehicles. But Reaper X are down to one member as well as Amit Sama in the party van. A very, very, very brave man driving across the plains in a very slow-moving big vehicle, which is an easy target for a lot of these members. And at least for the time being, TGT have found themselves in a safe zone. The problem is, even behind them, there are a number of teams who are looking to make their way to the safe circle. And if you look at the top right corner, it's just a kaleidoscope of colors. It's complete chaos. So many colors, so many teams in a very, very small piece of land. And you can see players dropping left, right, and center. Pain still looking good. They have all 4 players alive and 4 kills.
Yeah, they've been killing right, they've been killing to the left, but the thing is, the northern side of the map is completely clear, you know, nobody's there, and the southern part as well. However, firepower is all good towards the Los Leones. We have Team Reaper and Goats are really close by, including Team 2A. I think Team Battalion 5 are going to be in a huge trouble, including Reaper. I believe Sam is the only player left for Team Reaper. He cannot do much at the moment. He cannot expose himself to the enemies there. Since Pain Gaming, they have that higher ground advantage. They have that control over those teams below that small mountain. We can say that. And okay, Saxy taking some damage as well. Pain Gaming, they're just trying their best to stay here. You know, gathering as many information as possible is what they are doing, because that's going to be really important for them to later on, you know, rotate in the map.
Zeno, ACR, smart work, taking care of the wheels there. WTC are in a bit of a pickle as Opti will be knocked. They're in a bit of, well, not just a bit, they're in a very big pickle right now. The nade, the jumping nade, that's not gonna quite land where he wanted it to. It just explodes right in front of Zeno. But they have their opposition pinned down in that hut for now. And the thing is, the circle hasn't moved yet, but eventually it will, because we have an M249 being dropped down smack in the center of where all this action is taking place, as Alpha will finally be taken down to the play zone clash. And with that, GOP OG will bid us farewell. 13 teams remain, 34 players in the server.
Yeah, and 5 Power, they're still here. Now they have a company
nades.
that's PMCO by the way, really close by. Doggy, look at that. He's really close, and Saxy with the nade again. Oh, that was close. I thought that was going to touch him, but no damage dealt so far for Team 5 Power. There is another one. Lots of Molotovs, lots of grenades being thrown out. But W2C, they're actually throwing... I think they're throwing whatever they have in their backpack to get those kill points from the opponents. 5P Mondo taking some higher ground advantage. He could see those players down below. PMCO, it seems they are in trouble now because lots of teams are actually surrounding Team PMCO here. They've got a couple of smokes to cover the pathway, but eventually, they have to fight. They cannot stay there for too long because they don't have any roof. Look at that. If 5P tries to shoot somebody down below, they have that clear line of sight.
5 Power are in such a good spot right now. Like you pointed out, they have the high ground advantage as well. And I can't see where Mondo is, but we did see he was in a pretty good vantage position to, kind of like an eagle eye view of all the action and what's happening. They have all 4 players alive as well. 3 kills to the name, 5 Power. I did say I wanted to see them face off against PMCO and earlier. And on the first map, PMCO were taken down by 5 Power. And right now, it's a bit of a stalemate between these two teams. They're waiting for the circle to shift further before they really make a move. As WTC Kamikaze dealing a bit of damage, but in return, 2 players of WTC will fall, and Kamikaze will bid us farewell as well. And I believe for WTC, they have just 1 player remaining in Pain. Oh. He's unaware of Mondo's, but we saw Mondo earlier. We couldn't see him on the map, but there he is, high above everyone else, raining death and hellfire. And Doggy will take down a member of Pain. I don't know why Special jumped down there. They're going for the play here. Scooby trying his desperate best to get paid. But Doggy, he's going to bark, he's going to growl, and he's going to mow them down. Huge round from Doggy, but he will finally hit the ground. And Mondo still from above. Still, there's nothing they can do to extricate him from this position. And right now, he's a satellite just dealing death and destruction from above alongside Venox, who's right below him on the 4th floor.
It looked like 5P, they were trying to go all out against Team PMCO, but Pain, they were like, okay, we're going to deny your push. We're going to deny your push. We're going to take your players down. And that's what they did. Still, they're just hurting them. Look at that. They've got those higher ground advantage, Team 5P, of course, but they are simply going to be pinned down by Team Pain and also Team TGT. We have Team VG, by the way. That's a damage with those kills. I believe Team... Okay, that's a domination coming in from Team VZ. Battalion 5, a player has been taken down for the team itself, and Pain is still holding on to their ground. Tensei really close by. I think it is going to be a good spot for Team 5P. Definitely going to be a good spot for 5P. And Tensei right across that field. Veno is here, and he is also the last member alive for Team 5P.
Considering positions that 5 Power held, it's kind of shocking. They're just down to 1 man right now, right? And Veno, he's still good, but he needs to make a move eventually. The circle is not going to be his friend, and he's stuck out in the open. But right now, he can just snipe so many players and just farm the kills. It's all about getting the kills right now. As Veno, he gets a knock. He's going to jump on out, runs down the stairs, hoping, praying to all the gods that he believes in that no one's going to spot him, no one's going to take a shot at him, and he just might have managed to make his way to safety as 10 Shade will be knocked out. 7 teams remain, 16 alive in what is turning out to be an absolute bloodbath here in Miramar.
Yeah, that was some crazy move by Veno. Although he's the only player alive in the game, he was trying to get some kill points in the name of the team, and which is good for Team 5 Power because they're still alive. And meanwhile, we have Exodus. That was the last member for Exodus. Ackley couldn't make it. He's been taken down, and that's a team elimination for Team Exodus as well. 6 teams alive, 15 players. The circle is getting smaller and smaller. 2A, that's a that's one player alive for Team 2A again. That's Gosa really close by. Now I'm confirming those kills, and they've got those vehicles. If they want to move, they have to move now. But no, they are being denied. 2A squad, they have been eliminated. So is 5 Power. Now we are down to 4 teams only in the battlefield with only 2 players alive. I wonder who's going to get the chicken dinner here.
Unity, they were the ones who came out on top in the previous game. They played fantastically, especially No Mercy, Rufus, an easy win. And now they have to face off against Pain Gaming. They came close in the first game, not quite so much in the second one, but they have 3 alive. The fact that they survived the onslaught from 5 Power is so very impressive. V3, all 4 teams have 4 alive. Will be spotted out by V from Unity, and that's going to be it. Fuse will finish him off, and that's a member down for Goza Esports, Nasty, and ST. And that nade could be everything. No, maybe
no. He just cooked it more. I think he just cooked it more. That could be a perfect one, though. Look at that. 2 more. Oh, did some damage. That was a good one. That was a really good nade. And we have some fights going on against between Team Pain and VZ on the other side as well. A player has been knocked down on their side, but this is actually 2 teams. 4 teams split into 2 different sections. They're simply fighting with their own side of the map, not trying to get any kind of third-party action there. Nasty, however, he's been taken down. ST, he should be the only player to get his team for the chicken dinner.
He doesn't really have to move much, though. And look at Refos coming on down, but he slips down. His ankles are broken. There's not much he can do. He needs to wait for V, and V is going to come running up. He's going to provide an emergency first aid, but damage in the meantime. This battle between Pain and VG and VG literally and figuratively fighting an uphill battle. And Pain's coming out on top here.
Looks like Team Pain have the control of this battlefield now because they have the high ground. They know a couple of players from Team VZ are knocked down. They're going after the last member alive. That's Warzone. I believe he knows 2 players are coming after him. Pain not leaving any players wounded. They will simply be killing those players. Whoever is down on their knees, they're going to get those kills. But Warzone, he just stopped moving. But Pain, he knows exactly. He's just sniffing, Doggy is just sniffing. Warzone, where is he? Where is he? He's right there.
He is aware. He is cognizant of the fact that there is a player nearby. Sax is going to take the fight with No Mercy. That is huge. No Mercy getting taken down, knocked down, means Unity, they have to concentrate in trying to get the res. And Doggy knows. Doggy knows. He smells him, like he pointed out. And like a bloodhound, he is ready to finish it off with Warzone for the time being. He doesn't have to move here. He can just heal himself up, play the absolute edge of the blue zone, as No Mercy will be knocked out, leaving Refus and V, the 2 members standing for Team Unity. EpicGaming Warzone, as we saw there, hasn't budged, doesn't need to move. And for Pain, they're in a fantastic position here. They have the high ground advantage, they have the cover, they're in the zone as well, and they can just play the time, play as a team, and get that chicken dinner. 12 kills to their name. They can even make it 13, 14, maybe even 15. Get a chicken dinner, that's 15 points plus. That's 30 in total, as the nades are sailing on in. Unity actually deploying a few smokes to try and provide a little bit of cover as they look to close the distance between Pain and themselves.
Yeah, Pain, they are actually the only team who is inside the circle right now, but Team Unity and Warzone, okay, Warzone's going to fall out. He's going to be taken out of the play zone now. It's all there for Team Unity and Pain. 2v3 is what we are about to see. And there goes Rivers down with the AKM. Fires a couple of shots. That's not going to be enough, though. 1v3. Can he pull this fight off? And there goes the Pain Gaming with the chicken dinner. That was really, really amazing game there. Held perfectly, They held that last cycle perfectly. That was simply amazing.
They're very well done by Pain Gaming. 28 points in total, 13 kills. For me, it was about the fact that they were able to take down 5 Power, despite the fact that 5 Power had like multiple knocks on Pain. They had the high ground advantage. Exceedingly well done by Pain Gaming, and this is of course gonna really bolster their position in the leaderboard as well. 3 games down, they got a chicken dinner, high fragging affair. They had a pretty high fragging affair in the first game as well, although they were unfortunately not able to get the chicken dinner in the first game. So Pain Gaming, very, very, very well played. And for 5 Power though, they're going to be kicking themselves, because let's be real here, Clash, they were in such a good spot to steal the entire game away from everyone else.
Yes, indeed. They were actually in a very, very good position there. They held properly. I thought 5 power, I thought for a moment that 5 power could do some damage to Pain Gaming, but they just went all out just like that. It seems like they were more confident.
Yeah, maybe a little of overconfidence, a little bit of overconfidence coming in from 5 power. Let's take a look, though, very quickly at the MVP of the game there. And surprise, surprise, it's going to be Doggy himself. 6 kills, a perfect 1,000 points of damage as well, and 1 assist to his name. We can quickly take a look as well at the top players, I believe, of the game. We should have that coming up for you very, very soon. We can take a look at how everyone else fared. We have Vino from 5 power, who was instrumental in them getting the number of kills they did. For Pain, we had Black, I believe that's Black, or Slake. Listen, I don't speak lead speak, so I don't know exactly how to pronounce that name. Maybe someone can let me know. But he gets 4 kills, 882 points of damage, and Saxy from Pain. So it's Pain all the way. 13 kills amongst these 3 players. The top players of Miramar, and maybe we can take a look at some other stats. Anything else that stood out for you, Clash?
Pain, that was calculated 1,000 perfect point for that damage.
Oh, he perfectly nailed it. He's like, all right, I got 1,000 points of damage. I'm not going to do any more damage. I'm not going to shoot anyone else. We do have the map summary as well, where highest damage, highest kills going the way of Doggy. We have Binoriz from VG with 17 kilometers travel. I mean, it is Miramar, but this guy went on a bit of a journey on his own. We have Venozimo with the longest distance kill for 5 power and in the entire server as well, and Saxy with 2 assists. Not too many assists coming out overall. Most of these players getting the knock as well as getting the kill all by themselves. And we can take a very quick look, I do believe, at the standings right now of the game. And Pain, there we go, 28. Victor Gaming, though, they've managed to kind of claw their way back into the overall leaderboard. But Unity, Chicken Dinner, second game, 16 points, game number 3, not bad at all.
Yeah, not bad at all. And Way to Conqueror, they've been hurting so much, I don't know. I just picked the name Way to Conqueror because there was a time where they could still survive and they didn't. There was a time in the Miramar. I hope they know what I mean. So we have the second page of the match ranking here. Eclair still doing good in that 9th place. I believe this is the Miramar's match ranking. So, Team Nikon, they mustn't be happy about those points because they've been eliminated with 0 points and 0 kills as well. So,
Cosmonauts have been kind of very quiet as well, right? They really haven't been able to do much. They're a team where you pointed out, like Cosmonauts are a team you've seen in the past as well. Which is kind of unfortunate. Take a look at the damage graph, though, and you can see one massive tower over there for Pain. 2,858 total points of damage with 13 kills. And I feel it's a little unfortunate for 5 power. They had so many knocks, Clash. 1,500 points of damage. So many knocks, and yet just the 5 kills. Yeah,
and, they're actually really unfortunate. I think they were a little bit more overconfident, as you said before, because they had that proper ground, proper advantage in the Miramar, but something went wrong. Everybody all out. Okay, we have the high ground, and what's going on here?
Yeah, well, sometimes when you have the high ground, you tend to slip on down. Let's take a look at the overall standings for Group A, B, C, and D for the entire tournament. APES still holding strong right on top. We have EpicGaming on 63, Gravity on 54. Again, these are the teams from Groups A and B. Unity climbing to the 4th position. They still have one more game to be played here, than 51, trailing behind APES just by a measly 13 points. 5 power on top there with 48. Pain Gaming joining them on 45. So the top 6 right now, we have 3 teams from today and 3 teams from yesterday. And there is a real world, there's a reality rather, where APES, EpicGaming, and Gravity might be knocked down a couple of notches if any of these 3 teams, that's Unity, 5 Power, or Pain Gaming, have a very, very good game. So anything could happen here. I love the way the top half, the top 8 has shaped up. And the actually, second page, though. Yeah, your thoughts on the second page.
Nightmare still, I think they've been decreased they actually have decreased their overall ranking in the leaderboard. Of course, maybe because 3 new teams joined the party, the top 16 party here, and Team Unity, Pain, Five Power, maybe they could top the Team Apes as well. And these are the top 16s, which top 16 place where you want to be. So it's still a lot more games to go, about 8 or 9 games for the teams for Group C and Group D, still more to go. So yeah, this is gonna be amazing.
It of course sucks to see teams like certain known names like Team Hype way at the bottom, 23 spots. Of course, they still have a few more games to play, and maybe they've taken the day off today to maybe just revisit what went wrong for them on day 1 and fix everything as they come on back. The bottom of the table, we have Nikon, we have VelociRaptor, we have Cosmonauts, we have Team Kangaroo, The Rocker, Eclair, GOPOG, and Team Exodus. And look, I know it's still early, but they need to wake up and they need to try and start to grind back into the leaderboards, because like we pointed out of the 32 teams, 16 will make it to the playoffs, while we'll only have we'll have 16 teams make it through and 16 will be knocked out, and they only have most of these teams, half the teams have only 8 more games remaining, and the other teams have 9 more teams. Well, we can talk more about that. We have Erangel coming up after this very short break, so don't go anywhere. We enter the final game of the day, but the action never abates here in PMCO Wildcard 2021. My name is Blair, and joining me again is going to be ClashBot Clash. It was a very short break, but I hope you had the time to kind of like catch a breather, because we've seen some pretty intense action the past 3 games.
That was really intense, Miramar, okay. I don't wanna remember the previous chaotic thing. I don't want to have some peace. I actually want to have some peace right now because.
You want to breathe. You want a little bit of a lull in the action. Is it going to happen, though? Is it going to happen, though? It's an Erangel. I don't think it's going to happen.
We might see again, because, the first game of Erangel was pretty good, pretty decent, pretty chaotic. And I think we can see the same thing again. Because, they played Erangel before, these teams, today. And I think they know what's going to be the best option for these teams in this round as well. So they must have some kind of strategy coming out. Who knows?
Maybe. We did see a couple of the teams who we have been keeping an eye on from the very first game really show up, though, right? 5power and Pain Gaming have been the name, I guess, on at least our two lips. They have been fantastic so far. Apart from Unity Gaming, even they put up a very, very good showing so far. So yeah, Pain. We have Unity Gaming, and of course we have 5power. I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna put in the hot seat. And ask you to probably make a prediction as to which team might come out on top at the end of the day. But before we do that, let's take a look at a team card which a lovely production crew has cooked up for us, and that is their card for today. You can see Mondo on top with 8 kills, 3 kills for Scooby, 13 kills for Vino, and 5 for Special. I mean, this team has been so much fun to watch clash. And before I ask your thoughts, I pick your brains a little bit more as to who you think is going to be coming out on top at the end of the day here. I do believe we have the game ready, so we're going to be wasting no more time. We're going to be jumping straight into Erangel. It's almost the same playing path as the first game.
Yes, indeed. It's almost the same path, and wow, it's going to divide the map into 2 complete half, and we have a couple of teams going all the way to the Georgia pool. Maybe we can see a similar game, the similar pattern from these teams, how they played in the first Erangel today. We might see a couple of teams, jumping up a little late from the aircraft there, and yeah, that's some kind of thing we could see. And Puchinki, I'm hoping this. I'm hoping for some team to go down there in the Pochinki and show some early fights, because that's what you want. Play, come on, aggressive games.
That's exactly what I want, and I hope to see some teams do that. You guys might have noticed that we have a team missing amongst all the amongst the 16 teams who are in the silver right now. That is team GOPOG. Unfortunately, they have been disqualified, is what our production team and admins are informing me, mainly because of the fact that they provided fake residential IDs to participate in the tournament, thereby just kind of cheating their way in here and taking away spots from other teams who deserve to be in this event, which is just unfortunate. So we won't be seeing them around anymore, and let that be a lesson. I guess don't forge documents and don't cheat to try and play a tournament. It's just not right. It's just not right. I wanted to talk a little bit more about the circle, though. I don't think we're going to be seeing too much action here, but that circle it's a little wild. It's towards Stalba, Clash.
Yes, it is, but nobody's towards the northern side. Nobody's in there in the Severny, nobody's in the Stalbur. Kamiski is all cleared off as well, so nobody's here in the military island. That's the
2A's there. 2A's there in Novo.
Oh yeah, they are in the Novo, but nobody's here in the military base. I was expecting at least a team to follow the trails somewhere around the military base, but they are not. Maybe because by the time they left that plane, the circle was already up on that field, so they just didn't want to go to the military island. Why bother going flying all the way to the military island when you are currently inside the circle? Maybe that's what they're thinking.
Do you expect 2A to maybe take the sweet time looting up and then pick up a boat and head all the way towards the east, towards like, I don't know, the Povka or Kameshki? Do you think that's a viable strategy? That's something which you don't see that often in an actual tournament game.
And I think 2A, that's something they have to do, because they cannot simply go, or use that eastern breeze to cross and to enter the circle. They have to find a boat, maybe come across Lipovka or somewhere around the Kamiski if they have the gas can to fill up the, to power up the boat. But I don't think they're going to go straight on to the Milta through that breeze, because that would be a pain for the team, because Way to Conqueror and Team TGT, they are right across that breeze, who will be waiting for any teams who wants to pass by them.
Well, still very, very early days here, and for a change, it's a far cry from the first 3 games of the day, right? Where we saw hectic action taking place very, very early on. We saw a couple of knocks, maybe even a couple of team wipes taking place within the first 3 or 4 minutes. But it looks like you're gonna get what you wished for. You wanted a little bit of peace and quiet, a little bit of a lull in the action, a little bit of time to breathe, enjoy the scenery of Erangel, and looks like you're gonna find your wish here, Clash.
Yeah, of course. Because come on, these teams, they don't have much games left. That many games left here. They've already played about, this is going to be their 1/3 of the game by the end of the day. So 8 more games for them. If you include this one, they've only got 9 games to be qualified for the finals. That top 16 place to be qualified under that top 16 leaderboard. So they should be careful not to be too much aggressive. They have to be aggressive. They have to get those kills, but too much aggression is sometimes dangerous for your team and you yourself as well.
I don't know. I like being aggressive. I like taking fights, but that's also a reason why I don't qualify or I don't play any tournaments. That's because I keep dying early, and that's why I'm talking about the game here. 5Power, a team who has been on everyone's lips, and if they have a good game here, if 5Power, or for that matter, Team Unity, or for that matter, our dear friends in Pain Gaming have a good Erangel here, they could come out on top of Team Apes, who are right now the leader of the leaderboards. Fantastic wordplay there by me. But if you had to put your money on one team, which of these 3 teams do you think is going to be coming out on top from Group C and Group D here today?
I think 5Power, of course, they are really close to it. They've shown us some good games with that 36 point in one single game. One single game can change everything. And I think Apes, there's only a few difference between Team Apes and 5Power's point. That's about 15 or 17 points difference, which can be achieved if they performed the way they did in the first game here in the Erangel. So I'm putting my money on 5Power.
Putting your money on 5Power. That's a safe bet. I'm gonna go. I was gonna go for 5Power, but I'm gonna opt to go with Pain Gaming just to mix things up. Is B5 heading towards the military island now?
I don't think so.
They are.
I don't think so.
They are.
I think they're trying to find a boat and maybe enter, make a huge rotation and enter through Lipovka. Maybe that's what they're thinking. But 2A could be a problem for them. They're on their way.
2A seem to have the same idea as well, but no, the 2A is actually heading for the bridge, which is a brave call. I personally would have thought they would just picked up a boat and headed all the way towards the east, towards Lipovka, like you pointed out. But still pretty early. Opti blowing up a few vehicles there, I guess. Not looking to leave any lying for any potential opponents. Pain on a bit of a road trip out in the open, something which they rarely tend to do, but they realize they have a lot of ground to cover, and they're going to be heading straight for Stall. Are they? They should be careful. Saxy should be careful. There's a team nearby. There's a team very nearby, and that's TTS. And Falcon playing Recon, looking to spot out where all these vehicles are coming in from.
Falcon, he's got eye upon the enemy. He took down Blancos before from Team Cosmonaut. Maybe he's trying to do the same here against Team Pain Gaming. But Doggy, he just stopped it and trying to take those shots, maybe trying to scare those enemy, buying some time for their teammates to move around the map. Maybe that's what they are doing. And talking about the map right now, so many teams are going towards the dead center of that circle. Nobody's heading towards the northern side. Nobody's there towards the eastern side. Everybody, that's a colorful thing in the dead center of the map. However, if you take a closer look at the Yasnaya Polyana, we have a couple of teams. That's Cosmonaut Esports. They are not left behind. In every single games, they have some company with them.
And they've had a very rough time as well, right? They've had such a rough time, kind of at the bottom of the leaderboard right now. So they would be looking to at least end the day with a respectable score. But right now, they are getting abused by these grenades from ECR. Fortunately for Cosmonaut, they haven't really been taken down yet. Device is going to make a run for it. Lionel getting tickled by a few bullets from Sibo. Sibo's in such a good spot here, Clash. He's got eyes on every single one of those buildings. But as I say that, it looks like he's gonna move down the floor.
Yeah, but Team Eclairs, they have that advantage because they've got that. Look at that, they've got that higher building from where they can see these players from Team Cosmonaut, and it seems Team Cosmonaut are not ready to fight yet. They're just trying to buy some time to stay in the game, and maybe they will bounce off from this place, Yasnaya Polyana. The thing is, they don't have a vehicle. They can't simply try to run without a vehicle, that would be a problem there. However, look at that. We have Team Pain here throwing a couple of nades. I thought they were going to bounce off from this compound, but it seems they came back for Team 10 Sade, and Falcon is in trouble. Look at that. Some nades being thrown towards Falcon. Is he going to step on it? No, he is not. Looks Black is definitely going to make some move on Team 10 Sade here. Falcon trying to survive a little longer, and they actually have spread out all over the map as well.
He's gonna survive for a bit longer. He's waiting for backup to arrive, and that's a massive nade from Ligro. That's gonna be sexy. Down on his knees. Quick trade does take place. Falcon trying to skirt around, rattling off bullets in the smoke, not able to quite find Doggy though, but Hershey finds Rambo, and with that, Rambo will be finished off. That's first blood being drawn in the Hershey from TS. Falcon running around, unfortunately gets spotted out by Blake, and now things looking a little tricky. Hershey out in the open. He's trying to group up with his teammate. He's going to be lobbing in a nade as well. That could be huge. No, it won't find anything. Oh, actually, it does. It does deal a bit of damage, but that's a team wipe coming in. That is a team wipe. Doggy finishes off everyone, and Pain, how did it do it? Like, how did they survive fights like this? They just lose one member, and they wipe out Team TS.
If there was any other team, maybe they would have bounced off from that compound. But Pain, they were like, okay, I'm going to give you some pain. Okay, I'm going to come back to this compound, take this from you, and I'm going to give you some pain. That's what they were doing, and beautifully done, but beautifully executed by Team Pain Gaming there. 4 kills registered for them. And we have Nikon finds a player from Team 5 Power Spatial. I think he was just trying to prone, trying to get some information from the enemy, but no, 9 is definitely not going to let him do that.
Putting in the pain, and the vehicle's going to blow up as well. But Special, he's a special lad. He's going to survive. He's got a smoke for cover as well as he got the massive tree trunk to protect him from the bullets. ECR just driving around, trying to find some spot. It looked like they were looking to just try and find a good spot to take the fight. Instead, they're going to nope the hell out of that battle, and they're just going to drive off into the horizon, which isn't a bad call. It's still early in the game, early in the day. There's no need to really commit to any particular fight or commit to a particular spot because the circle is still moving on in. And as I say that, a little bit of a kerfuffle there. Hiral will be knocked out from Team ECR. They're still driving around, but they seem to be driving around like headless chickens, not really knowing where to go.
Yeah. They left Yasnaya Polyana, so did Cosmonaut Esports. And talking about the players, okay, we have the airdrop. I don't want to go anywhere. Let's focus on the airdrop. This is AWM. Come on, with Erix. What else do you need?
Well, you need good aim. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's a perfect set. That's a perfect set for the weapon. Erix, on top of that, AWM is going to be a perfect weapon to use here in the Erangel to knock somebody down in the long range. But we have Team 5P Special. He was being hunted a couple of moments ago, and I think there is a player from Team Exodus who's got his eyes upon Team 5 Power.
Well, whether they want to take that fight is the question. I don't think many teams are going to be looking forward to take an early fight with 5 Power, but Vano doesn't care. He's going to take the fight to them. There's going to be Swan who will be taken down early on. Goza lying in wait towards the entrance to the shelter, not really looking to partake in whatever's happening, and it's a little bit of a cart downstairs there. Hold on to the thought. Reapers taking the fight to Nikon. Knocks left and right, Sparsh and Exodia pushing on in. Chase is gonna finish off Sam and Nikon. They're doing good here. They have a little bit of a fortification being made by the vehicles, and Exodia has to push on in, but he's out in the open, swapping to the AK-47, looking to find this kill onto the one member of Nikon. That's Mufasa, but Flying's gonna come to his rescue, and Reaper, one by one, they are getting taken down, and I believe they only have Admiral left alive, and that nade could be perfect, but Admiral will get the hell out of dodge just in the nick of time. But Reaper X are in a bit of a pickle. In the meantime, Veno, he's just mowing down every single member of his Exodus by the looks of it. And Nikon looking to find Admiral, but Admiral he just legged it. He just yeeted the hell out of there. He's like, yeah, I don't want to be a part of this. And he will at least keep his team running in the game, although he's down all by his lonesome.
Yeah, he's the only player alive, and he needs to be careful not to die, because we still have 46 players. It's the third phase of the game. We still have 46 players alive, and he should be the one to take his team to a little, grab a little bit of more placement points for the team itself. So this is Pain, who has been giving some pain to the opponents there. They've been eliminating players right one after another. That's a Godsa, by the way, with the buggy as well. They simply wants to save those vehicles for later rotation, since they're going to need it, because the circle is going to be formed in the open space. They are going to need those vehicles to make some cover for themselves in the later on circle there. So that's what they are doing. But Pain, they're really close to Team Godsa. They must have seen a player inside. Now Wang gets knocked down. Doggy with an amazing shot. Is he going to go for the another one? Oh, that was a really close call. But it seems Godsa is ready to push Team Pain. And look at that. There is only one player inside the sniper tower. Doggy steps out from that building, goes all out, but no, he's never going to make that one, because Godsa, that was 1v2. There were 3 players pointing towards a Doggy to take those kills, and they made that kill as well.
That was a great nade coming in, though, from Doggy to get the knock. The second nade could be massive from Saxy, and he's gonna find it! That is huge! As Vengeance is fast and furious, but Saxy not able to get the final knock onto ST, and ST looking to finish off Saxy, which he will. That's a kill point, and there's nothing ST can do to help his teammates out. He's just gonna try and stay alive here. And now, Pain. They wanna finish off the job, but ST, he's just gonna run away. He's not gonna even stick around. He's got, maybe he is. He's circling on around. He's circling on around as Glake's gonna finish off Lackey.
Yeah, maybe Godsa, they're trying to revive the teammates before they can engage with these players here, because Team Pain, they must have seen the kill feed, like Team Pain, okay, they're down to one player only, we have to revive our teammates. That's what they are thinking, Team Godsa, and he just revived Nawang, which is good for them, but 2 of the players are down below, and Blake is in trouble. If Godsa tries to push that sniper tower, that could be a troublesome moment for Team Pain Gaming there.
Could be troublesome. The one sole player, the name I do not know how to pronounce. Blake.
I think Blake.
Blake? It sounds like Blake, yeah, but Blake. It's all over the place. Like
the
3 comes before K, but whatever, it's fine. Blake will still stay alive for the time being. Veno is still on a rampage. 2A are being hounded by 5 power. Scry needs to hold his ground. Mondo, he smells the blood in the water, and like a great white, he is circling in for the kill, trying to finish off Scry. Mondo playing this to perfection. He's got his teammate far away to provide a bit of covering fire as well. And Scry, what's he going to do here? What can he possibly do? Bullets whizzing past him. He's not taking any shots yet. He's looking to find Mondo, and that's great. Mondo aggressing a little bit too much, but he's got backup. The trade game is almost on point. Veno, he will be knocked out from afar, though. That is huge from Action 2A. They're going to get 2 free kills onto 5 power. The Hunters have become the hunted. And what a recovery from 2A there. 5 power. Maybe, again, getting a little too ahead of themselves. And now they're down to 2 members. And they are very much outside of the circle, outside of the safe zone. So, not looking that great right now for the side of 5 power. Although, they do have 3 kills to their name.
Yeah, they still have 2 more players because, you know, I picked 5 power, so I want them to win the game itself. They still have 2 players alive, and that was really unfortunate for them to be eliminated just like that. 2A, however, that was really good move. We should say that. That was a really good move by them. Special is going to take some shots. He's just crouched on time, and top, I think he's looking for that helmet of Special. Is Special using those first aid kit at the moment, but 9 and VZ is close by. Top is not leaving his sight from a 5 power. Special needs to be careful. Come on, he's got 1-3, but I don't think he's gonna make it. Look at that. He's gonna go down. Scry with the spray knocks him down, and there's one more player left for Team 5P though.
Scooby. I hope he's had a Scooby snacks because he's got to make a run for it, and Scry is still playing spoil sports. Still, and that's a problem with the ground. It's open terrain. It's going to be very hard for them to sneak on in. Special will finally fall to the zone. Chaser from Nikon will hit the ground as well, and Scooby's down for the count. That's 5 power knocked out in the 12th place. Sorry, just 3 kills to the name, and Nikon, they come straight to the death, and Mufasa will fall. And VG, damage is going to be just saying, well, thank you very much for that. That was pretty much a free kill. Nikon, 6 kills, though, before they fall. 7 kills, actually, in total. And now we're down to the final 10. Goza, 2 players still alive. Barely. Nawang, they're going to hunt him down. They might just drive on over him. No. Reefus just spraying blindly through the smoke, and Tommy's gonna do the job. He's gonna find Nawang in the smoke, and Unity wipe them out. And speaking of the top 3 dogs in the server, Pain, 5 power, and Unity. Pain down to 1 member, 5 power knocked out, and Team Unity, they still have all 4 players alive at the moment, Clash.
Looks like Unity is gonna top the leaderboard. You and I, you know, both are gonna be wrong if they do that.
We're both wrong. We're both wrong.
But the good thing for Pain is, you know, he was actually being pinned by Yocto E-Sport there, but now he's got some time since they've been eliminated in Yocto. Battalion 5, however, they are fighting with Cosmonaut E-Sport. They are actually engaging with them. Max Zone with M4 still holding, you know, trying to stay inside this building, trying to hold on to their compound as long as they could. But will they be able to do that? Unity is on the move, so is Blake from Team Pain. He's slowly moving, trying to play some safer game, because he's the only player alive for the team. And Cosmonaut, they have to make the move as well. They're so close to this circle. But, you know, they should be careful not to engage anytime soon yet, because they've got the proper location for them.
Well, speaking of Unity, 2A, a team who managed to wipe out 5 power. They're in a pretty good spot. B5 are almost smack in the center of the circle, so they don't have to budge for the time being. And for Cosmonauts, they've had a rough day in the office. Maybe the tides will change now. Maybe the tides will turn now. Maybe Lady Luck will smile down upon them and give them something.
They really have the good location, you know. They can actually make something out of this location. If they try to go after Team B5, that's a good location for them to take some shots. But they have to be careful not to expose themselves too much to their right, since there is a team, Unity, who will be looking to the left to get those kills for the team.
Circle. Still about 45 seconds remaining before it finally moves on. In a perfect nade coming in from Max Zone again. Azure down on his knees. At least there's a bit of time. There's a smoke, there's some cover, and there's some time, but it's not going to be easy. Max Zone is just tossing in nades alongside his teammates. It's an artillery bombardment, and somehow Azure is still alive. Blancos, he needs to make up his mind. Does he go for the res? Does he try and get a knock? Does he try and punish B5 for the aggression? Instead, he's going to be tossing in a few nades of his own, but he's the last man standing for his team, so he needs to go for this res here. There's still a bit of time. 14 seconds on the clock. Res will come on in. They have a little bit of time to take some meds as well as they make a run. As WTC now taking the fight to Daka from B5, and Daka, he's not going to get anything done. The running Mac 10 from Opti is going to find him. In the meantime, Top from 2A continuing his reign of terror, as we do see The res coming in for Cosmonauts, and both of them Azure, he's going to heal himself, but Kamikaze just riddling, mowing the lawn with his gun, and it's not going to be easy, as Pain also continues to kick. They kick and kicking and screaming, they're not going to go into the grave, still looking for kills, is the final man left standing for the side of Pain Gaming, as Kamikaze just might finish off the side of Cosmonauts. They get nothing done. Again, 0 kills! At least a 9th placing, but still Cosmonaut. They've been struggling so far today.
Yeah, they've been struggling so far. They've been engaging in a lot of battles, and that's really hurting them. But we have Unity here with lots of smokes. They have to cover their pathway right ahead of him, and also there's a couple of teams to their left. They should be really aware of the players down there in the compound. That's W2C, way to conquer. I think they're ready to conquer this battle here. However, Opti with the smoke, lots of fights going on. It's Pain Black. I really want to focus on Blake right now because he's the only player alive in the game. No Mercy with the DB28. He spots a player, and that could be it for Team W2C, is it? Oh yeah, they have been eliminated. They've been eliminated with 5 kills in their name, and we have 13 players alive in the game, 5 teams only who will be going after that chicken dinner here in the last game of the day.
Unity, all 4 alive. They are well poised to take this chicken dinner away unless Battalion 5 decide to say no and to defy them. Unity 4 members, Battalion 5 with 3 alive, 2A with all 4, and Exodus with 1. Pain Gaming with 1 as well. Blake, way at the bottom of his screens. If you squint your eyes, you can almost just make out his position there at the bottom. Mercy, no Mercy, gets spotted out. Top, taking a couple of pot shots at him. Not quite able to find the crit shots though. And max zone. Again, looking at the circle, looking at where the next safe zone is going to be. Once the blue shrinks in, B5 are smack center. They don't have to move, they don't have to budge, they just have to play the time. The problem is, the sniper tower clash, nade sailing in, could make that a death trap.
It's actually a death trap, You cannot allow every one of your teammates to stay there in the same tower. That would be pretty much a death trap. It's a time bomb, to be honest.
Ticking time bomb as time does tick away. As the circle will shrink in the next 10 seconds, anything can happen. They have to go for the final push. Unity gathering up together as Easy Wins gonna get the knock on the max zone. That's huge. While he gets a knock, if they can use that timing to push on in is the question. But Rufus will be taken out by Shy Boy. Great angle for him to land a shot. Scry, 2A are going to use that opportunity to push on in while this battle is breaking up between Unity and B5. 2A pushing in from behind. And this could be huge here. Can B5 hold off against the onslaught? That's the question on my lips at the very least.
Maybe they can hold on a little longer, but Team Unity, they've lost 2 players. There's a nade. That's what we are talking about. One single nade could change everything in that sniper tower. There is another one. Maybe B5 is not going to make it. Oh, that just bounced off. I thought...
The next one.
The another one enters, but no, he's not there. Max zone. He's like, okay, you can throw as many nades as you can, but I'm safe. I'm here inside that, inside that secret room in that sniper tower.
Unity got knocked out in the push, and 2A taking advantage of that clash. They watched B5 battle against Unity, and they've jumped on in. They've taken control of Sniper Tower. There's 1 player remaining inside, and it's going to be max zone. Everyone's burning alive. It just flames to death, and action in turn gets taken down, but at least the res should be coming in. Battalion 5 get eliminated in the 4th position with 10 kills to the name. 2A, Astro Academy, 4 alive. Pain Gaming has 1 player outstanding. I don't even know how Blake's still running around. As Ackley from Exodus, he's going to try and find a kill, but from afar, Scry will end him. And it's all on Blake from Pain, the 1v4.
Will he able to pull that off? Maybe yes, because Blake... I think he's going to be outnumbered. There's a Molotov coming in for him. I think Team 2A, they know exactly where Blake is, but he will definitely be outnumbered. And the chicken dinner goes to Team Astro Academy. What a game that was.
What a game that
really was.
We really thought it was going to be Unity coming out on top, but Astro Academy defying the odds, coming out on top. 26 points, 11 kills to the name. Very, very well played indeed, and 26 points is really going to catapult them up the overall leaderboards as well. Pain Gaming, though, they came in second. Despite the fact they lost so many members early on, Blade doing a fantastic job staying alive till the very bitter end. great game overall. As we take a look at our MVP, I assume it's going to be Blake from Pain. He somehow managed to defy the odds. And him staying alive till the very end, I feel that's going to be a great thing for his team standings overall. 2 assists for him, 836 points of damage. Unfortunately, not as many kills, just 4 kills to his name, but still the MVP of the game. As we can also take a look very quickly at the top 4 performers in the server. I believe a mixed bag, right? I think we're going to have players from every team, and there we go. We got Scribe, we got Action, we got Max Zone, and we have Blake from Pain. A fun end to the game. It started off very slow though, but in the end it really picked up pace.
Yeah, Blake, he was the only survivor. And the thing is, Unity did a really good job there to eliminate Goatsa, since Goatsa was keeping their eye upon Blake inside the sniper tower, but all of a sudden Unity, they were like, okay, Goatsa, you're gonna go down. And Pain, he just took that advantage, sneaked out from that sniper tower and, survived a little longer. And that's a good game from playing Pain Blake.
Yeah, great game indeed. And I'm very curious to know how everything's gonna kind of like play out right now. Right? I want to see how the standings are going to be at the end of day 2. Let's take a look at the map summary while we kind of discuss how things are going to play out. To Blake on top there, 800 points of damage. Mufasa with longest kills. Cry with 11,000 meters traveled. And 9 from Nikon with the most assists. Without doing too much of math, do you feel Apes have been dethroned by either Unity or by maybe even by Pain Gaming?
I don't think so. Because Unity, right? I have no idea. I don't think they've been dethroned though. They're still intact in the top position there, Team Apes. What do you think? Do you think Pain just...
I think Pain did it. I think Pain did enough to knock down Apes. I could be wrong. My math isn't exactly my strongest point. Let's take a look very quickly, though, at the match standings as to how this game played. At 26 points from Astro Academy, it's really going to help them solidify a top 16 position and make it to the playoffs. Pain with 19, Battalion 5 with 18, Unity on 11. You have Exodus, we have Conqueror, WTC, 9 points from them. Nikon, a much better showing coming out from them today. At least in this map. And we have Goza Esports in the 8th place. Pain on 19. That's what's interesting. 5 power, ending the day in a bit of a whimper. 4 points for them. Eclair in 3, Victor Gaming in 2, Reaper, 10 Shade, Cosmonauts, and TGD. Cosmonauts especially, their woes continue, Clash. They're having a rough time.
Yes, indeed. They're having a very, very rough time there. And you know what? I think Pain's going to top the leaderboard.
All right, you're going to be flipping it around, are you? Okay.
Yeah, that's 19 points. Come on. Yeah,
you took out a calculator, you did the math, you're like, I think Apes have been dethroned. We're going to be finding out if that's going to be the case very quickly, though. Once it's ready. Oh, no! They're tied! They're tied! That is close, and they're only tied because Apes have that 1 extra kill point. But Pain Gaming at the end of day 4 and has tied things up, and also the fact that Apes do have 2 chicken dinners, so they're giving them a little bit of a boost there. But they've tied things up, and Astro Academy out of nowhere, they're in the top 3. What a comeback from Astro Academy. They were very quiet, like they weren't like bottom of the leaderboards, but they were kind of like middling, average, and then they just pop off in the final game, Clash.
Yeah, the last game really changed a lot for Astro Academy. 26 points. That really changed a lot. And look at that. They're in top 3 now out of 4 matches played. And every single team, they've already played 4 matches. There's only 8 more to go. So this is going to be a, match to see for the upcoming days. And
taking a look at the top 16,
yeah,
taking a look at the top 16 though, we have Goza who snuck their way in, we have 10 Shade as well. Interesting thing is, a lot of the teams in the top 16 for me, a lot of them are from Group A and Group C and Group D, right? We have Reaper X, we have 10 Shade, we have Goza, we have Way to Conqueror, we have Battalion 5, and then of course we have PeaklySeven, Nightmare, and WCKTM Rage from yesterday. That is Group A and Group B. So 22 points. That's the number to beat. And it's doable. It's doable for a lot of these teams. Exodus, Victor Gaming, Ignore. Yeah. I mean, they just need one good game, right?
Yeah, one good game can change everything. Astra Academy, this so does something like that, The last game changed everything for them. They are in the top of the leaderboards, top 3 leaderboard from the bottom. So one game could change everything.
Well, we do head down to the final page, the final half or quarter. We have Team Hype, Equinox, Cosmonauts, and VelociRaptor. Now, you might be wondering, wait, hold on, Blair. There were 32 teams. What happened to everyone? Well, unfortunately, I have some bitter news for a few of the teams. GOPOG, as I pointed out earlier before the game started on Erangel, the final game, alongside Team Muslim King, who got a chicken dinner yesterday, and Team Rocker and Team Kangaroo have unfortunately been disqualified from the tournament for using fake residential IDs to participate in the tournament, which is something you shouldn't be doing. You shouldn't be cheating, you shouldn't be using cheats in the game, and you shouldn't be using fake IDs to prove that you're from a place where you're not from. So unfortunately, we've had to say no. We've had to say no to a lot of these teams, and they have said goodbye to us. Meaning there are only 28 teams remaining in the running at the moment, which is kind of, well, I guess it's less a competition, right, Clash?
Yeah, but we still have 8 more games to go, so I'm pretty much excited for the upcoming 8 games.
All right, let's take a look very quickly at the kill leaders, though, that we have here, and they will be. This is the kill leader for the entire tournament, I believe, and we have Veno, 15 kills to his name, 2,700 points of damage. Doggy from Pain on 15, tied alongside Ambition from Team Epic on 1,645 points. Coming in fourth is Action from 2A, and he had 12 kills. So yeah, pretty even top fraggers we have here. No one really running away with the lead, which is cool to see. But then again, we've only had 2 days of action. We still have 4 days remaining, Clash.
4 days remaining, 8 more matches to go for every single teams. I told you, I don't know. Am I the only one who is very much excited? I don't think so. Everybody is, right?
Everyone is. I mean, if you check my heartbeat, you'd be calling for an ambulance right now. You're like, my God, Blair, your heartbeat's really racing. It could be actual health issues as well. I don't know. Or it could just be the game. I think it's the game. It's been a fun day of action. I feel it was even more hectic today compared to yesterday. And heading into tomorrow, which I think it's Group A and C or B and D. It's one of those groups, right? It's going to be mixing things up. I feel it makes it spicy. You get to see a different mixture of teams playing every single time, which could lead to some pretty wild action.
Yes, of course. So, these 4 groups, they've actually played every single matches. They've played 4 games. Every single team, they played 1/3 of the matches. So, 8 more games for them. Good luck. That's all we can say before we end today's game.
Yeah, good luck. Have fun. Every team has played their share of 4 games at the end of day 2. We still have day 3 coming up tomorrow. We have 4, 5, and 6. 16 spots available for the playoffs. 32 teams make that 28 teams in the running right now. But that's it from us for today. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. And from my side and Clash, and of course everyone on the production side, adieu. We'll see you guys tomorrow, bright and early.